Hello and welcome to our 85th episode of our Adventures in Excordia campaign. I'm your GM Connor, and playing with us tonight is Karen, played by Pyro.
Hello, this is your new DM. I'm taking over now. Welcome to Forgefire Archives.
And Dario, played by Norvin. You can't cancel the game and then make those jokes.
I
Hey,
am regretfully here.
Silver, played by Tristan.
Hello.
The Queen of Cancelled Games, Katira, played by Liv.
A lot of the cancellations are because of you, Connor.
Mugana, played by Shane.
I really don't have something to follow that. She's kind of right.
And Zankiria, played by Fergus.
Trust me, Hirohito, it'll be a great idea. They'll never see it coming.
Oh, man.
Who is Hirohito?
But you don't know what today is?
December 7th.
Yes.
A day that will live in infamy.
Bomba.
Is this when they dropped the bomb on Nagasaki or somewhere?
The day that was going to happen. Today's the anniversary of Pearl Harbor.
Oh. Tee-hee.
you're going back. You're going to jail. Get out of here.
Last we left off, you guys had made your way over to Drakengard to meet up with the Earl Osrin Borvane, a previous contact you all had who had the other half of Karen's magic sun relic.
Oh,
Upon meeting with him, you all struck a deal to resurrect his sister in exchange for the other half of it. He gladly obliged, and then you all saw two ancient dragons flying out over the city, assuming to be both of them, two ancient silver dragons. At this time, Karen also pieced together that Dagna, his former friend and I don't know the word for head of an orphanage.
caretaker.
Matron.
Matron or patron.
There's a specific term, I think, but
Caretaker.
the matron over the orphanage was likely also an ancient silver dragon, and from what he knew of Kasturgian culture, was likely being held somewhere of high import and being bled like a pig to make fine blood wine. But probably alive.
Me longingly staring at the divine intervention. I wonder what I can do here.
You all then reunited the two halves of the sun relic, and it fired a grand bolt of light into the air, which struck the Oculus, the anti-archaeomancy space laser, revealing it for a couple moments, during which Zankiri launched a Mirage Arcane to go investigate some of the station, and you all hustled back to your ship as a little bit of chaos ensued as people looked up, one, from the bolt of energy shooting out from you all to the sky, and then remaining there as you essentially guiding bolted this tower. You all have now made it to the Asmodean and are primed to decide where you want to go. It has been about 5 rounds since said bolt went off. Zankiri, a sending comes to you from the governess. What did you do?
Found the laser.
Well, any other info needed? Another sending. She's fishing
did
for
she
deets.
say?
She's fishing for deets on the laser. She saw it. She assumed you revealed it. Any other useful info? Is it? She's basically saying like, did you also shut it down with that shot? Is it now vulnerable? Is it?
I'm trying to think of a way to phrase this.
Okay. She was just having her morning tea, and oh, there's the invisible Death Star. I should call Zankiri and see what this is about.
We're just skipping the part. Yeah, no, I knew it was the weirdos.
Not
Who
yet.
was?
That was an accident.
Oops, I did it again.
I mean, it is like 24 hours after your deal to like join up with her, and then this happened. So the timing.
We told her we were going to cause problems.
Yeah. You did in like 24 hours. You did more than her entire Warfront's been able to do. So remember those like snooty little like council of mages who were turning their nose up at you? They're not
Now they
coming out.
really hate us.
They're not coming out of their houses today. Except for Magrius, who's now beaming even more like, that's my people.
Thanks, Norvin.
Oh,
Don't forget who did this.
Norvin is banned from touching D100s and any kind of large die. First divine interventions in this D1000. Forbidden. Shane, I don't know if you touch him, maybe you'll diffuse your abilities, but I wouldn't hold out hope.
No, it's not him diffusing. Mine's an infection. It wins.
Funnily enough,
you laughing?
if you
We were
recall,
on
when
his
we went to
house.
go visit you, everybody rolled an insane amount of 2s in your house. So I think you just have an
Yeah.
aura.
And we were playing.
Yeah.
I'm an Oathbreaker paladin.
Oh. What did you do?
Stat breaker. You just an insane amount of 2s appearing. Anyway, you all are now on the Asmodean. Sending is over.
I didn't finish the sending.
Oh, I thought
You
I
You
thought
guys started
that's.
yelling halfway through it.
I'm so sorry.
Wow.
I thought you just said the sorry was an accident and that was it.
No.
The floor is yours.
Oh, fuck. Now I lost the wording for it.
Wow.
Not yet. That was an accident. Heading off to cause more problems soon.
Nice.
Luck is a stat, and we are insane.
Now, what would you all like to do now that you're on the Asmodean? You have 18 days until meet up with the vampire.
Charge!
We're going to fuck up a satellite, aren't we?
Are you flying
we go.
straight up to it?
No.
Okay.
That's how you
No,
get
of
shut
course
down?
Exactly. That's why I was asking.
Zigzag pattern.
Their defenses are not going to be any more heightened than they are right now. And as you all start to lift off, you are not the only ones you see booking it for the sky.
Oh.
You have fired the shot heard around Lioteth.
Karen looks at everyone. Did I just accidentally lead the war?
Possibly.
Oh no. Come,
Alright.
my minions. Fly for your...
So they're going to be occupado a little bit.
Emphasis slightly.
So we can either try to take advantage of that chaos and attack the platform directly, or we can take advantage of that chaos and do something where the satellite won't be able to affect us.
Basically, either attack the platform or ransack the warfront.
Could you be a little more specific? How much of the sky is filled right now? And can we determine factions?
Assume from each major city here, at least 4 ships on par with you all have launched.
Oh.
Either on the defense or offense of the station.
I see.
Barring, I mean, normally I would say barring the Commonwealth, but the shot fired from Dragon Guard. So it's a bit of a
So-
rallying beacon that, oh shit, our side has that? Fucking let's go!
Alright.
So I'd say there's probably some 50 to 70 similar ships that were all ready to launch and have now taken off. You do not know how many more are now switching to hastily launch.
Right.
Not to mention any of the ones on other continents seeing this mass upsurge of vehicles take
If I
flight.
remember correctly, was Aetherfort like the nerve center of this whole thing?
Aetherfort used to be the capital, and it had been taken by fucknuts.
Free wait.
So,
The Araya Freywick team.
so I'm thinking either there's a lot of ships up there that they're gonna be up that for a while. We're already in our ship. We can either bum rush Aetherfort and do something to fuck up their nervous system, and maybe find out locations of other Ebrea locale camps. around the warframe. We can just do some wet works bullshit. All right, diarrhea camps, and we can take care of that. Or we can use them to pretty much soak the. Goddamn.
Whoops.
Hey, Connor.
Hmm.
Little tee up.
Yeah.
If you hover over the message in chat, there should be some little dots on the side.
Yeah. I'm working on it. Don't worry. The magic of rewriting history is about to occur. There we go. Like it never happened. So Pyro knows that ability well because I spam GIFs in his chat that I have macroed out on my bar as reaction images. None of them are wholesome.
I think Pyro's got a good idea. Taking Aetherford back would probably be really good.
Oh, really important thing to mention. Remember how I was talking about that laser disrupting Archaeomancy stuff?
Yeah.
I need to remind you all of, I knew there was one I was forgetting, a very important Archaeomancy item you have on your ship.
Yeah, the spear.
Yes. Okay, that main laser is going to be focused down, and it doesn't move. It's just the auxiliary ones that you're not going to have to worry about. There is a dead zone you're not going to want to go through.
Yeah.
Sorry, it just hit me. I was like, that'd be very bad if I let them forget about this. I need to refresh.
Yeah. Either we take Aetherford as the nerve center and get information to do some all sorts of fucky shit like Zinkiri said at the governess, or we do this and we take that thing off the board till they bring in their next fucked up war machine because they're being sugar daddy.
Sorry for the excitement. I was not ready to destroy my setting.
No, don't
No,
worry,
that's my job.
Don't worry. I'll just shove whatever spawns from the heart in the box.
Yeah, then you destroy the setting. Same end.
I fixed it last time.
I also have a suggestion.
I'm here.
Yeah.
They're gonna be having a big old fight around said laser
Yes.
with all their ships.
Mm-hmm.
We have a nuclear bomb.
Oh no.
You have a tactical bomb.
Morgana. Morgana.
It'll level most of a city.
We're
You have
only technically not terrorists right now. I would hasten to inform you these are all population centers.
Oh, you meant on the towns, not the station. Yeah. If you drop your Gloom Electrite or the Living Electrite on Aetherfort, you are going to alter the area very much.
I meant the if we lob these electrite bombs into the centers of their fleets.
But we don't know whose fleet is whose.
Yeah,
are
it's
they flying
dogfighting.
colors?
I don't care.
Technically speaking, the only people we're allied with right now is Moonwatch.
I prefer we
Technically,
don't.
we're also allied with, at minimum, the city of Drakengard.
Yeah.
Collateral damage.
One of the
I would
three
prefer we
things. And you probably get along well with Bonecrest. I would not count on Salt Hollow to like you.
I don't care. That we can use the stuff from them.
Nuclear deterrent, man. It will end the war.
So hey Norman, can you just say Nah, never mind. I'll be nice.
So, here's the thing. I do agree kind of with both of you. I do think taking Aetherfort back is probably...
They cut out.
Did Discord eat him for everyone else?
I think taking Aetherfort back would be really important, especially because if we take Aetherfort and Newfort, then we're going to cut off their supply routes to Knifeburn, South Wharf, Peregrine, which would open up the Commonwealth to take the peninsula, and would be pretty good as a peace offering between Moonwatch and the Commonwealth to at least deal with Freywick first.
And I would like to add an actual against using a nuke on the fleet there. This would turn into just as much a propaganda thing as look at what the weirdos did, because we're pretty much the poster boys at this point. If it is provable that we did that, everyone turns against us.
Also, the danger of blowing up a bunch of electrite-powered ships with a big electrite bomb is chain reactions.
The warp is the warp.
You can't convince me any more than you already have.
Dude just wants to destroy. I do have an alternative and perhaps more destructive option for you, Shane.
Oh yeah.
He's at full mast.
So
I actively did the hand rubbing together thing by instinct.
Raccoon. All right, go ahead.
So while I do think taking Aetherfort back is an important task right now, I think all taking Aetherfort back right now will do is move the line it'll move the front line just a little bit, and Freywick's already proven that with the help of the laser, they can take Aetherfort and the central area of the continent. It'll just turn that whole area kind of into no man's land until the laser can come back online, and then the lines will more or less reestablish themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most likely. Yeah.
However, I think there's a way for us to take Aetherfort without actually taking Aetherfort.
I'm listening.
So the big reason that Moonwatch is having trouble in that area is because of the space laser. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Space laser's not moving right now because they're kind of busy with the whole fleets headed toward them, right?
Yeah, they're less focused on their arcane shots and more maneuvering back out of sight.
Yeah, but the laser's still there, so even if we push into Aetherfort, it's
just going to get retaken.
Yeah. However, since they can't move that right now, you know what would be a really good place to attack?
Raywitch?
Yeah.
And we could spearhead straight through, and they have to pull that laser way back.
Exactly.
And then that during that time where they have to pull the laser way back, Moonwatch, and if we do get the Commonwealth to band together with Moonwatch to counter Freywick, both of their pushing power together would be able to absolutely slam the front.
Yep. If we start causing problems in Freywick right now, was it the Admiral?
Yeah, well, he was Admiral, or he was General last time you saw him, but,
Lord Commandant Jagoff.
Yes, Lord Commander Jagoff, that's it.
Congressional ball attendance.
I think it was like Lars
Commander Lars Vadrix.
Yeah.
You all mentioning Valstrax.
Bald!
Y'all mentioning Valstrax has thrown off me. Remember his name because I just hear Lars Valstrax, Nitro Dragon.
Lars Ballsacks.
So if
Large Ballsacks.
if the satellite right now is busy, and we press on Freywick, we can might even use Blackmare as a staging point for incursion. We head into Freywick, cause issues. That's going to cause Lars to panic. And especially if we start doing a bunch of archaeomancy shit. He's gonna be there demanding that they move the laser to stop whatever bullshit we're doing. They're obviously not gonna like that. So that's gonna cause some issues between them and there, and odds are they won't be too delicate about repositioning the laser in the time, which will allow our forces on the eastern front to push through, perhaps all the way even to Crowford.
No, after you just finished Stormblood, I'm seeing some fuck shit right here.
I will mention that Crowford used to be like Vegas. So as far as like tacticality, it's really just it's like a tourist town infrastructure-wise.
Wait, gambling?
Yes.
Take the fucking casino, boys.
That you think the center of wealth and commerce is not a tactical point.
You make a valid point. I was more pointing out that, like,
The defensibility.
yeah,
of the place.
it's not like they're not the ones churning out AA guns, you know.
I mean, it does seem to be the only like place on the map that has a wall. Look at it.
I need to play Risk with you sometime.
Yeah.
I actually really want to learn how to play Risk.
Recorded game of
Same.
Risk.
I think I'm gonna
Fun
learn
game.
with my dad though when I go to visit him with Christmas or for Christmas.
Risk for the
Because he
biscuit.
said he likes to play it. It just takes a while, so I think I'm gonna learn with him.
But yeah, so
Fergus. Shortest recorded game of Risk.
Freywick has a bunch of really high-end technology and machines and mechanics and automatons and whatnot. Yeah,
Yes.
if I recall correctly,
hmm
aren't those powered by electrite?
Oh
Most.
no.
What was that you were saying about chain reactions earlier?
Very dangerous. Chain
All
reactions
right.
are possible. You just gotta hit the
All
right
right,
spots.
fellas. We're getting upgraded from technical terrorists.
People of Arkham, it is time to take back your city.
No, I was thinking. Hey, Connor.
Yeah.
Yay! It's the Catholic Church. Oh no! It's the Catholic Church. We've come to. Hang on. Where's my Pope box? I have come to save you
From yourself.
from yourselves. Rain's blood.
So, you know, I mentioned a survival focus of next campaign. Turns out you guys have changed the theme to Fallout instead of Monster Hunter. So
Let's fucking go.
So
Don't worry, Connor. You'll eventually recover.
I think if we can get one of our tactical nukes into an important area in Freywick, set it off, cause some sort of chain reaction, perhaps give it a bit of an archaeomantic tinge to it.
I do have storms.
I was going to mention to you that Storms is like the closest to like the evocation of the schools. Most of your like really destructive spells and effects have storms as part of them in some way or another.
Yeah.
Like a if you wanted to give somebody like a time sickness where they age a fuck ton, it'd be time and storms with a little bit of blood. But it seems like an angle that Morgana could understand as well.
You just cued a little video in my head of Zonkari and Morgana doing a dual magical girl casting of fucking Uber time ravage on somebody and watching them turn to fucking dust.
Funnily enough, you both will also come out with those long ass like pigtails. It's weird. It's a
We
weird
both
side.
land and there's a random magical girl outfit on the both of us, and as we're just talking to the rest of the group, we're just like prying it off of us. Like, yeah, it just appears every time.
It's a weird bug. We're working on debugging it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I like gray and pink.
Glitter just surrounds.
Nothing
him.
magical's happened. Karen's already in his clown outfit.
That's not glitter. That's the ashes. That was the person we took.
Oh no!
Glitter.
It's like
Goth-
War of the War
goth
of the
glitter.
Worlds after all the people get laser beamed. There's just ash everywhere.
Connor, can you take us to the fort map so we can see our
Yes.
electrite
I just wanted to
stockpiles?
wait while y'all were looking at the strategic map. I'll start throwing these into a handout for you as well.
Thank you.
I feel like that might be useful.
Gloom bomb. That would probably help. The gloom bomb. It'd probably demoralize anyone who survives the explosion.
It was like
I
really
cast
concentrated
depression.
Shadowfell stuff.
This is gloom, and it signs your doom.
Oh my god.
Bit
Just
bam boom, here
laser
comes your
engrave that.
doom.
So yeah, we could take the nuclear gloom into Freywick, see if we can cause a chain reaction.
That's metal as shit. Nuclear gloom.
What do you guys think of that?
That's
That
fucked up.
sounds excellent. Also, I need a pretty decent magical item to sacrifice to the doom gloom bomb.
Electrite also counts if you wanted to burn both of your big ones.
I'd rather have 2 nukes. Than...
Oh my god.
I mean, honestly, respectable. I just wanted to put it out there.
Oh, you just gotta find their stockpile.
What large magical source do we have that we don't need, ladies and gentlemen?
You, Morgana.
No.
Don't pretend like Morgana wouldn't love to kill herself to destroy like most of the continent. It'd be a hell of a way to go out.
Fallout from Andariel again.
What made you think she wants to fucking martyr herself for no reason?
He's projecting. I'm sorry.
As hilarious as the Cogaz in me thinks that would be, Cogaz isn't in this game.
Above board, I had an awful idea to add that to him, but it would just make everything worse. I have some of the Lioteth crystals.
Yes.
Is that
I will not.
Cancerville?
Yes, I will
Yes.
not do that. I have not said anything. I'm just like, I'm sitting there staring at that lead box with the Tadian crystals. Gloom.
Load the gloom bomb full of cancer.
No. No. No.
I mean, that would permanently destroy Freywick's capital.
Yeah, it would also be very,
Oh,
very
don't
bad.
do
And that's even more fucked up than anything Kieran has ever thought of doing, so no. That's just Pyro being fucked up.
Alright, well, I don't really have any magic
Also, if
items
you
other
forgot,
than
you do
all
have a
my murder
chemtrail
equipment.
on your ship.
Ah. I can't believe Singed nuked Freywick.
Anything
But he
for,
was-
for
but-
love.
But he was sad, so it was okay.
Alright, I don't have items that can fuel this because I like being
What?
like being
I-
armed.
I have an idea. Can you remind me what rarity the marble elephant is?
Uncommon, I think.
Okay, never mind.
You gonna kill Pikachu? How you monster.
I don't have Pikachu, but I was like, Remember, Catherine has Pikachu right now.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Marble elephant's rare.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, no wonder it sounded so empty. I got no watch together on.
Yeah, I'm about to change up the music after I finish throwing together y'all's list.
Yeah, it's just.
Anyone else have ideas for the fuel?
Nope.
Mm, looking. Nope, I like all of my stuff.
Just uncommon.
I just got this new handy dandy amulet of the sun.
Yoink.
Isn't that an artifact?
Yep.
And that be proper use.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
There is no artifact immunity for using it for archaeomancy. But But that would definitely have some sort of effect.
I would like this place to be awful forever.
That would be achieved. There would also be a very bad consequences if you fucked up your check to do the archaeomancy with it.
Yeah, you're right.
See Karsus's avatar.
What would be the Okay, or what would be the flavor of the effect if we were to say use a legendary infernal item? Is the source?
What kind of infernal item?
Hell gloom.
Something that summons an infernal creature?
Did I give you a rarity on that horn?
I don't think so. Not what I was talking about, though. Good to know.
Are you talking about the heart?
No?
I was worried about you wanting to burn the heart and just run your ship on Electrite.
No, I have a legendary infernal item.
Remind me what it is?
Infernal tack.
Not
Oh.
cinnamon.
It'll take cinnamon with it.
No, cinnamon.
I'll say the Phleathon grenade made into a nuke.
That would hurt.
Yes. And poor Cinnamon would be trolloping through the flames until she extinguishes herself
That's
from being
awful.
overextended. Dresden Freywick.
It's even funnier because Hellfire ignores fire immunity.
Yep.
Even funnier because it's you know, Pearl Harbor, and then we're about to firebomb Freywick.
Uh-huh. I didn't want to say anything,
Time is a
but
flat circle.
does Freywick have a harbor by any name?
Well, they are a coastal city. I'm gonna move you back to the world map now that the Electrite roster's out.
They are not a coastal city.
They got a big ass mountain
mind.
between them and that coastline.
DM Forgor.
Wow, dude.
Or
They got a home like the Horde's hub, just fucking surrounded by mountains, and then just. Well, you all can turn it into a wasteland, but
You know, funny thing, those mountains might actually help us. Anybody here know what a grenade hole is?
Oh man.
I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bonk.
Yeah.
Surprise, chuckle fuck.
So, are you all
I
headed
don't-
to Nyx
don't-
first?
I don't want to burn my infernal tack just to do some extra damage on Freywick unless if we thought it would end the war, I'd say yes.
Hey,
For-
Andariel, does your dad have anything he doesn't need right now?
You guys haven't asked Andariel about bombing a fucking city where civilians live. He's not good with this idea.
But think of the hee-hoo-hoo-hoos.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. Do you think there's a city here that doesn't have civilians?
That doesn't make it any better to do it ourselves.
Didn't you put someone in Guantanamo just for considering-
For writing smut
He
about
was a war criminal.
Liar, liar.
Anyway, bit of a backslide there. All right. Anyway, let's just assume we're all talking about this on deck now. What are we all thinking about it? That's been brought up. What are everyone's thoughts on committing Pearl Harbor Deus Ex 2?
it does not sit well with me.
You can drop leaflets like 5 minutes before.
Oh no.
Yeah, that'll give them plenty of time to get out.
It'll make the shot
Norvin, I
look
want to harken
funny.
back to a while back when you were arguing that, it's not a war crime. They were told they could leave. You had this whole argument with me about it, and you took the opposite side that it sounds like you're taking now.
Yeah, that's me, not
Okay, I
Andariel.
just wanted the record to show. Carry on.
Bruh.
It'll be a cold day in hell.
I don't
when
even
come.
remember talking about that, so I
I do.
can't say anything.
I do. I never forget.
So yeah, we know Connor.
Twinks never forget, apparently.
Character trait. I don't like it, but this is war. They want us dead.
I doubt the citizens want us dead.
Agreed.
Their sacrifice will give us an extreme tactical advantage.
I don't
Oh,
necessarily.
you know what else would give us an extreme
not-
tactical advantage? Going up and breaking the fucking space laser.
They're also not choosing to make a sacrifice.
Do you have a better idea then? Because assaulting that is an option. It's very dangerous up there. And
It is better than killing a couple thousand people who have nothing to do with the war other than living in a city.
they support it with their livelihoods.
And what else can they do? Many of them
Fix
cannot
it.
leave.
You would be surprised at the will of the people can accomplish. CEOs.
If
That's you.
Freywick is given the leverage to continue their push on the front lines, they will probably kill everyone
I'm
in the
sorry.
Commonwealth.
Again, we can get the same effect by destroying the laser.
The probability is much lower. The laser is surrounded by several fleets.
Some of which are sure to be on its side.
Could we take a vote on this, and would we adhere to the winning votes decision?
Well, I think we already know where most of us are voting, which leaves it to everyone looks towards silver.
Silver, what's your thoughts on war crimes?
There is the alternative where we go into Freywick, destroy a bunch of their shit, and I won't say don't set off a nuke.
We just destroy their munitions. Sabotage. We steal their electrite for another use, you know?
Yes, use a slightly smaller bomb.
An IRBM instead of an ICBM. What the?
Do you think Commander Lars is in Freywick? It would be good to take him down, or at least capture him.
How would that sit with your sensibilities, Ondario?
I would feel more comfortable going into the town and attacking the soldiers and destroying infrastructure than just leveling an entire city.
Agreed.
According to the voice in the sky, it would level about half of a city.
If you're
Yeah.
amping it up, it's
That's
more
what-
than half.
That's why we have two bombs.
Listen, the voice in the sky also thought that it wouldn't level a city at all or really do any damage, and yet his entire character is paced.
Texas Longhorn.
No. Remember, the nuclear electrite alone would destroy half or 3/4 of a city. The subsequent chain reaction of every piece of electrite in that electrite-ridden city would honestly, it might reach Blackmere.
Question: if the nuclear fallout is mixed in with the gloom, does that mean that the shadows that are scorched to the ground are alive?
Possibly. Much as, along with a lot of magic's nature, you can have a fairly good guess when you mix together soft magic.
That's awful.
But if you drop a chain reaction Shadowfell energy into it, it could very quickly spiral out of your control.
Okay, so large is tactical nuke, huge is nuke, gargantuan is Zarbomba, and I'm guessing a Titanic is a planet cracker.
Yes.
Cool.
I just went ahead and updated the handout.
All
there.
right, Delmeter, say your prayers.
Let's fucking go! Imagine if Gazgul Megahurk had an Electrite.
Silva, how does that sit with you?
Christian?
Silver?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay.
So what was the problem of trying to take over, or
They're
the very
debating
least
whether or
avoid
not we go
tunneling?
in and attack Freywick or
Sabotage.
nuke it.
I got yours, not mine.
This is a question of
I
morals.
would
sort of
probably, with Silver, he would probably say attack Freywick. I don't think Silver is evil enough to nuke.
Gosh darn.
So yeah,
So
Silver will
that's-
be like,
That's 4 opposed and 3 4, I'm assuming.
Hang on.
Well,
Unless
there's
Liv's
6.
gonna flip her vote.
It's,
Hang on,
there's
let me
6 of
just
you. I'm assuming it's. That's 3 and 3.
Let me just call Dom in here. That's it.
I know how Dom's gonna vote. You mentioned the word nuke, he's gonna say do it, fire. But it's near
Alright.
do it, fire.
How about this?
Where's the giant Mansley?
We'll head into Freywick. We'll get as deep into it as we can. Destroy as much as we can. But if something goes wrong and we have to escalate, then we set off the nuke. We'll consider it a last resort.
You know Skyrite?
Artificers do.
Mm-hmm.
what?
Skyrite. I don't know if you ever prepared, but
What is?
No.
That you're right in the sky.
He wants to at least give them a warning that we're going to attack the city. And that if they don't want to die, leave.
Well, if we're not
That
gonna
would
nuke
most
it,
likely make our mission much more difficult.
yeah, if we're not gonna nuke them, I don't want to war them either. That's just giving them too many cards to play with. Besides, we're also banking on them not knowing we're there until he freaks the fuck out that his ace and hole's getting there. So we want as much surprise as we can.
All right.
We do
Until-
want him
until-
as
until we set
alerted as
stuff.
possible so that he pulls that laser back.
Yes, so we want to get right in there and then fuck it up.
All right.
Maximum shock and shit panzer. Giant man.
so you all have discussed. Where do your characters fall? And what's the plan is to go in, get as far as you can, and if last resort comes to it, drop a nuke.
Not drop the nuke, set the nuke off, like in the main, like in the
Munitions.
yeah.
Okay. I will say the only electrite you'll have on you, I believe, is the Gloom one, unless you all stored it at the fort. The Gloom one you looted off of from Araya agents, but most of the other ones are kept at the fort.
NAs.
I don't think we've been back to the fort since.
So,
No, we still have it.
okay. So, are you all going to the fort to pick up anything else, or are you just going to use the gloom one for your
And
failsafe?
the other, can anything else fit in the SPD carrier box?
With a bag of holding many things.
Then we can just do that.
Well, it's just something I need to hear.
Yeah.
Rules
Alright,
and all that.
So we stick the gloom in a bag of holding. Teleport over to Blackmere. Bust out of the siege there. Make our way over to Freywick. Infiltrate Freywick. Sabotage as much as they can, or much as we can, leaving as many archaeomantic what's the right word here? Traces as possible. Try to make it look at as archaeomantic of an attack as we can,
Okay.
and then skedaddle out of there before they have a chance to move the laser.
Okay. Question, Connor.
Answer, Pyro.
Are there any rivers going around here that aren't on the map?
Small
with it.
ones.
Oh,
Nothing.
okay.
Nothing huge.
Okay. Just considering my options.
The
Our
trade of Freywick is more of like back and forth to Blackmere and then out to the coast. Most of the rivers here kind of just form their water supply.
Mm-hmm. I was planning on doing a Moses fit.
Mm.
Go ahead.
So you're all taking off for Freywick.
We're gonna do 7 plagues in one for a week.
Big question
Mm-hmm.
for my party.
Big ants. Oh,
For the party. Should we keep the wings equipped or the mind barrier ring?
Mind barrier.
Mind barrier.
Agreed.
Odds are we're going to be inside for most of the fight, so yeah, mind barrier.
Affirmative.
Zunkir, you're at the helm. I need a piloting air vehicles check, as you all had seen AA guns on the Freywick side, and you all are going to be crossing. Oh no, you just teleporting to Blackmere. Never mind.
Yeah, because if we take the ship over there and they move the space laser over there,
Yeah.
Connor, we just talked about this.
Yeah. Look, a lot of plans were thrown out, and I'm still hearing the ringing in my ears of nuking Freywick.
Well, get used to it because it might still happen.
Who's dropping the teleport?
I'll drop it. I can get it back the easiest.
Right. Zoop. You've appeared in Abther's tower. What are you doing? I'm assuming you're just leaving your ship in dock at port at Dragon Guard.
Yep.
Cool.
Real quick, do we have a way to get back there?
Nope. I mean, just a blind teleport. I mean, you could.
I can set. I can put my thing into the room. What is it? Word of recall.
That has to be an altar devoted to your god. Well, her
We've
blood
done
is
this before,
covering the
Connor.
place.
No, Connor. on
Oh, the ship. Well, yes.
We've done this before.
Yes. In fact, I think it's still set there. I don't think you ever set
Yes.
it back to Nyx.
Yeah. Yeah. So currently, I just have to leave my level 6 slot alone. We're good.
Okay, that works.
You're in Abther's tower. You head outside. How are you getting past the blockade that is around his
Still
place? And they are actively firing now.
Mhm.
Before they were kind of at a standstill. Now, like, you hear sirens, bugles, and they're like firing on the tower.
Wow.
Abther is up in one of the topmost chambers, helping reinforce the spell. So he does not see you all unless you go visit him.
Will 120 feet get us past you?
Yep, that's what you did last time.
Well, that's what we do again.
Yeah, it's still gone.
What do you need, Morgana? What the fuck are you answering for? Yes, Morgana, from your captain and DM. Okay.
He said he's stealing the session.
He ain't taking my fucking job.
Considering it'll take us 3 or 4 days to get to Freywick from Blackmere, I think I'm gonna help ease the pressure on Abther a little bit.
Okay. We will get to that in a second after I answer Shane's question. What is it, Shane?
I said DM.
Oh, I read that as Dungeon Master.
I read it
Captain, Dungeon
as
Master.
direct message.
I was like, what, Shane? What?
I guess I should have said Discord.
Yes. Approved.
Okay,
Now, Fergus, what are you doing to help reinforce his enhanced
I'm
presence?
I'm going to use my sorcery point
Okay.
for extend spell.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Just let a dragon rampage against the siege forces for a while.
Is it 2 minutes or 10 minutes? I forget.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2.
Still.
I think it's
Long ass.
you double it up to 10 minutes. Is that
Up
how
to
that number is?
24 hours.
Oh,
I couldn't remember. I always have in my head that it just goes up a tier, like instant becomes like a turn to an action to a minute to 10 minutes, etc. But yeah, any particular kind of dragon? I mean, you saw some ancient ones. Did you want to do a generic one or
Silver dragon.
nice?
It's going to be as close to a copy as he can of the two we saw fly away.
This like nova of illusory ice appears with the dragon, and it starts destroying this town of Blackmere. Like the artillery there, focusing on Abther's tower. You know, it is. Oh, it's not psychic damage; it's a chosen type, isn't it? Hang on. So I'm assuming you're doing ice or cold.
Yep.
Okay. Blackmere is getting deep frosted. Deeply frozen. You all watch over 2 minutes. There's a thin layer of frost around the bubble of Abther's, just from a little bit of airborne cold. Let's do it this way. Can Zankiri, Andariel, and whoever else wants to, each roll me a d20. These higher numbers are going to be more severe. Lower numbers are going to be less severe to the general infrastructure.
all in.
All right, Kateria claimed. Okay. The dragon is initially fairly focused on the artillery. It does have a moment where it crushes some. With a 19, let's say that the town hall has been leveled from ice blasts and dragon attacks and dodging and whatnot.
Fuck your bureaucracy.
For the most part, the enemies are routing from Blackmere. And Dariel, you look out at the town, and it is like 6 inches to a foot of snow throughout the entire town. Ice shards shooting up out of the snow. Truly, like, suddenly there was a dragon attack on this place that was not at all prepared for it. The spell that was warding Abther's tower that you saw had little hairline cracks in it as he was refocusing. Fixes itself up. The ice slides off of it, and it seems to stabilize. The attack has been lessened on him enough that he now knows that to kind of keep a candle burning on the idea of being able to strengthen it back up. Yes, Shane.
Thank you.
You
You know
all.
what my favorite
Mhm.
favorite part of the spell is?
Hmm.
The fact that you can make a check to determine if it's an illusion, and if you discern that it's an illusion, it doesn't actually help you very much. It's still a dragon. You just get advantage on the save against its breath weapon. That's all you get. It hurts just as bad.
So, I'm assuming you all aren't scattered. Are you all still scattering out of the tower to try and remain unseen? You don't think there will be much of a worry about you getting shot at the moment. You just might be spotted by people leaving Apthers.
I'd say we just walk out and lob a few spells here and there to let them know not to try this again.
I
Uh,
will have so many spells.
hold on. I think it'd be better if we actually did scatter, because while a dragon defending a wizard's tower is certainly eye catching, it's not inherently weirdos. And if we don't want Freywick to know we're coming, we don't want to be weirdos until we get to Freywick.
Correct.
I guess that makes sense.
Speaking of which, you have Seeming on the Shadow Staff. Did you want to cast that?
Yep.
Make sure you have enough charges, and then tell me, what do you look like? What does everybody look like?
I do. Everyone looks like a gnome, just at their height.
Oh god.
No, not the big halfling.
Katira, you are a skinwalker.
Kidding. Kidding.
You're all Smith Hills of different heights.
No.
Everyone just looks like the very picture of nondescript human.
Oh.
You essentially could try to describe them, but any description of them would just be like, okay, a human male.
Dibs on human Shrek.
But funny story, actually. Not only was there a thing on Reddit about that recently, I actually have a reoccurring set of NPCs in my world that are all human male fighters of young to middling age, who are all painfully average to the point of being like it's impossible to tell them apart from just any other person. And they're all named Guy Manson.
Guy.
You all are your own Guy Mansons as you scatter out of Blackmere. And you start your trick to Freywick. Now you teleported here with the magic circle, right? Or the teleport circle.
Yes.
Did you bring the bike?
Did they ask me to?
Well, the bike was on the ship. I'm asking now.
Did we bring the bike, guys?
It would make
Could you have
travel
gotten
to
that
Freywick
with-
faster.
Yep.
Could you have gotten that with scatter?
Not with scatter. I don't think.
Nope. I think no bike right now.
No bug.
Because if we have to get out of here fast, I don't think we're going to be able to worry about the bike.
Ah, that's true.
I don't know if Morgana.
And if we
wants
leave
to
the bike, Morgana would cry.
You don't want to see me cry, do you?
just dragging
Kinda.
Morgana on the ship. No, we can't leave.
Shit, I'm guessing
Just the kickstand falling over is just bombs dropping. Oh.
You know, I might actually have use of one of my abilities when we get close to Freywick. Would my commune with nature be able to tell me about their defenses?
Yes, especially since you're kind of like a cyborg, you have a little bit of an insight into machine's role in its environment.
Hell yeah.
So I'm just going to trust your measurements that it was about 3 days of travel to Freywick.
It's 100 miles.
Who's navigating? Because this is an area you all have never been. And you all are avoiding any main roads because they're crawling with Freywick.
I'm guessing the guy who could look at a map and look at the stars and remember them exactly.
I have a 7 in survival.
I mean, just a guess.
7 in survival is pretty good, Shane.
Yeah, you want to see my survival, Shane?
Is it negative?
No.
It's a 0, isn't it?
It is 0, though.
2. Oh, 0.
5. I will happily assist Morgana.
Survival.
I think you're.
Are we all healed up, by the way?
That's 25.
What's
It's
up?
gonna take us a few days to get there.
Yeah.
I mean, I really think it should be Zankiri, the guy who can look at a fucking map and memorize it.
We're not in a place that's mapped out, man. We're going through trees. We're going through the Viet Cong trees, man. We
Yeah.
ain't got no map.
You're not moving in a straight line. You're zigzagging.
The stars
Okay.
can still just fix that.
No trees.
All right.
Zankiri does not have proficiency in that kind of shit. He might know exactly what the stars look like, but it'll take him an exorbitant amount of time to try to calculate that shit on its own.
I find it funny
in
that
an
he's like.
unfamiliar area.
I find it very funny that Zonkir's like, do you know how many different night skies I've seen? Trying to remember which constellations. So, Morgana, I think you had the highest survival, so it sounded like Katira was going to help you. I'm assuming you have proficiency, Katira.
I do not.
Somebody else
I
has
just have
proficiency with survival. She can have advantage for you assisting them. Otherwise, it'll
Nope.
be straight.
Am I allowed to use guidance on the bitch?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be... If anything pops up, though, you won't have the opportunity to be like, I'd like to ready this spell or whatnot. You will be spending a concerted effort to keep guiding her.
Okay. Guidance on Robit.
Send it, Morgana. And I'm assuming have you already done the Archaeomancy thing?
No, I was gonna do it when I get there.
Gotcha.
All right.
Ooh.
14.
Hey, it's
Hey.
decent.
The curse is
Thank
improving.
you, Karen. Up by 1. Steady pace, steady pace.
One more and it'll be a me.
With a 14, you all see Morgana drop down, do fingers splayed in the dirt, focus. She navigates you all through the woods. Yes.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Navigates you through the woods, keeping an eye out for signs of activity in the area, guiding you to avoid sight by the Araya and Freywick forces, guiding you up to the forest's edge near Freywick that you all can remain fully hidden in. You're at the threshold of, at any point somebody could come out and there's not really much foliage or cover enough to hide you. But you have sight on the city. What you see, Freywick does sit in a little bit of a basin with large rocks and mountains surrounding it. Atop each of these mountains, there is a thick, heavy cloud cover that sort of blankets the whole place. What you do see here in these... By the way, this is at the end of those 3 days, so go ahead and take your long rests and prepare your spells. What you do see here is very, very large AA guns in an array. You see 2 large, essentially anti-suicide bomb ship cannons to prevent anybody from just loading up a bunch of electrite and trying to dive bomb the city. Had you all gone with the nuke option, you would have had to roll to try and avoid shots from this thing, or otherwise come up with a way to stealth yourselves. You also see a very large wall surrounding the city, and a much smaller, almost like walls of a path through like old English trails surrounding the like farming and less cultured areas of the city. There are guards posted everywhere. You see most of these fields have been converted to training areas. They are just bodies on bodies of people moving and hustling, even 3 days in. You see a large platform for launching ships. You see there's about... Somebody roll me a d8. Somebody who didn't roll earlier. So Silver or... Morgana. There are 7 ships ready to launch right now that they are approaching launch ready, getting refueled, staffed, replacing their munitions. You see because you rolled a 7 and it'd be fun. You see the 8th one just launched up and through the clouds. And so, presumably waiting for another one to come back down to refuel. Does anybody have any questions about what they see in the first glance? For instance, do I see an airfield like I just said?
Yeah.
Is there anything you all are looking for to get a read on that your DM may not be thinking of at this moment?
Fuel tanks.
I was thinking the same thing. Fuel tanks.
There is a large depot that you can tell by its array of signature and the blast-resistant plating on it that it seems to be the electrite storage. Judging by the look at it, those of you proficient in engineering, go ahead and give me a check.
Why did I know?
I have Tinker's tools, which ain't do jack.
It
Dick.
seems to be set almost like
Well,
Silver, you've yet to see technology like this in play. Zonkiri, you are very familiar with weapons of war. This is a secure building to store electrite in to minimize chain reactions. It seems that in the case of an earthquake or any kind of high vibration event, I'll do a little doodle. 1 second.
Doodle Town.
Doodle Bob.
You have your building,
Illinois.
ground, and there's a large... I'm trying to avoid drawing things that look like dildos or fleshlights.
Unfortunate.
I think I'm just going to have to full send with what I was originally going to say. This large cylinder, ignore the Dr. Seuss style drawing, that in the case of some sort of vibration event, drops and there's likely a large reservoir below that it would be stored in safely. But for now, it's just kind of up and easily accessible. You gather there's probably some sort of large claw-like arm on the inside to move different catalogs of electrite in. And then if it's depleted, they could move that large canister out and replace it. AKA the fuel depot. Dropping a
How
nuke
large?
directly on it will still... It's not that resistant. I'd say it's probably about a 30-foot square building, and the little tube that extends up from it's probably about another 80 feet.
Tall.
Say that again?
80 feet tall.
110 feet tall total.
Okay. How wide is it?
The cylinder is about 10-foot radius. No, 10-foot diameter. Excuse me, 5-foot radius, and then a 30-foot cube, 80-foot cylinder with a 5-foot radius stuck on top.
I didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast fireball.
This thing is seemingly built that dropping fireballs on it seems to have
It was
very...
a joke.
I know.
Connor.
I'm continuing to explain with it, though. It seems to be resistant to stuff like fireballs and most single caster spells. Dropping your nuke on it would still set it off to chain react. It is not that strong. It's just kind of a best you can have.
How convenient that they made a huge old boom tube for us. Just knock it over and blow it up, and then blow up the Capitol building too.
Yes, Fergus.
I have.
He's mourning cinnamon already.
No, that's not what I'm mourning. I'm mourning. I'm actually mourning the opposite. I'm mourning that we might not blow something up here.
Oh, you want to loot the thing?
You said it's 5-foot radius cylinder, right?
Oh no.
Yeah, so a 10-foot circle, diameter-wise.
And it drops down.
Correct.
So if somebody were to open a demi-plane door directly under it,
Off.
Mercy.
Oh, steal a fuel canister? Yoink! Is that why you're asking for the dimensions?
Mercy.
If only someone knew demiplane. Hey,
Wasn't me this time, Connor.
That's
How
what
many of
I
these
stand-
fuel buildings are there?
there.
O'Connor.
There was one big one here at Freywick, and then there are smaller depots at the other cities being set up.
I see.
There's not one in Blackmere because they haven't fully finished taking it over because of Apther. But there's these smaller ones: Stonewater, Galdabrier, Crowford, and Either Forts is still being set up because they're still rebuilding the city.
Consider the thought of
This is the largest one.
war crimes.
You talked about making them upset.
think
Yelling
that
to
would make
have them
them
move the
upset.
laser is one thing. Losing hundreds of millions of gold's worth of electrite to a random terrorist cell is going to make them pretty pissed because it hits them where it hurts, their wallet.
Know what we could do, too? We could hit them in Freywick, right? Take that big-ass canister, warp back to Blackmere, and then steal the one in Stonewater. And then both of them will be attacked very close to each other in time-wise, and have Archaeomancy all over the place, and have all their fuel stolen. They would be pissing themselves.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Well, yes. But the canister also gives us a third option.
Yeah, that canister.
Space laser. What would happen if, say, that canister were to find itself in the space laser?
If it was inside past the thick defensive plating, you would Death Star 1 it.
Cool.
I do have a
Hey guys,
question,
you want
though.
to steal a fuel depot?
I do have a question, though. The tube is 80 feet long. The demiplane is only 30 feet in each dimension. So it's going to stick out.
Correct. However,
Mm-hmm.
That's where you guys have it.
Hey,
DM's totally not researching holes for this plan.
You remember
No.
Archaeomancy?
Yeah, I was about to say I already established that because remember, Ondariel's
Space
demiplane.
size changing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Andy's
Connor.
demiplane is special.
Did I already extend that thing?
Yes.
How big is it?
You said I could make it as big as I want, essentially. It would just take more resources from me.
How much have you spent already?
How much can we spend?
If you all set up right. Oh, gosh. You can even go inside the ring to do it.
Yeah. I mean,
let's say 100 feet.
Okay. You
Sure.
want to get it to a total of 100 feet, so add 70 to one dimension.
Yeah.
Can't light the cigarette. I love it when a plan comes together.
That way we have enough room to pad the bottom of it.
Okay. Hear me out on the prices on this. I feel like I'm humoring a little bit of BS. I'm gonna say there's gonna be a fee that soul coins aren't gonna be able to make up for, on a little bit.
what about a belt of Hill's giant strength?
What's the rarity on that?
Hill Giant,
Un-
rare.
Rare.
That'll do it.
What about these time apples I have?
It's nothing. They won't.
Oh no!
Hill Giant Strength.
Or this Feywild Age Reserve liquor?
You're hurting him. Stop.
Take 5 soul coins of the Giant's Belt, and you can have your 100 foot by 30 foot demiplane.
Hey Connor, do you want to take a couple minute break? You don't sound so
No,
good.
I also need your spellcasting check, Andariel, because you could fuck it up and ruin the item, and then you don't have your plan. So
Yeah, it is.
Okay. What's the DC?
let's set it as 16. No, that's.
You know how hard it is to get a 16?
No.
For on a charisma check.
Yeah, I'd
It's
have to
just
roll an
straight.
11 or higher.
I believe in you, buddy.
With guidance, and
Guidance.
you're about to get skill empowerment from Zonkiri.
No,
No? Okay, no.
not proficient. Skill empowerment only
Not
works
skill
if you're proficient.
Never mind.
Ah!
I was hovering my +5.
Go ahead and roll your d4. Roll your d4.
Or
Even if you didn't have that, I had a +3 ready to go.
Or
21.
You're good.
Anyway,
Over the course of, I'm going to say it takes you an hour in a series of consecutive rituals, as you will watch the dimensions of this demiplane unfold and stretch till you have this long cylinder one. How are you padding
now
the
I
bottom?
can start putting shelves here. Yes, we're gonna pad the bottom.
Look at how much floor space we have for activities, guys. What are you padding with?
Mayonnaise.
You have a
Are you
jug of
kidding?
alchemy?
yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's right
I-
here.
I have an.
I can also use gust of wind if I just stay in there while it's.
You're gonna stand
You,
opposite of it, and you're gonna try and air bend it to slow down. Please do that. Please do that. It'll make my night.
I can keep casting summon steed
You're basically,
and cushion it with bodies.
you're basically gods.
So you have a rail gun in the form of electrite tube coming at you. You say, "Let me throw enough horses in front of it that it slows down."
Newest form of peasant rail gunning.
If we're willing to wait a day,
Mhm.
I have.
Well, considering it takes me a couple hours to do this,
An
you
hour.
probably have a couple hours. Oh, an hour. Okay. The sun, buddy.
Is it
the
a night,
sun.
Morgana? Is it a night?
Because rather than try to cushion it with something that actually exists,
Oh God.
I do
gonna
have an.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Go
Oh
ahead.
no, not Mirage Arcane. Don't
Not
be
Mirage
silly.
Arcane, illusory terrain.
No, not illusory train. Don't be silly.
Of course. Well, of course.
Reverse gravity.
100-foot high cylinder, huh?
Huh.
How convenient.
Just it's like when you drop a it's like if you were to drop a person all the way through the core of the earth. They just kind of hit
Bounce
they
back.
go to the other side and then just kind of slow once they get to the end of it, and then we just close the door.
You could just literally make a giant railgun. just the bow and the barrel.
As part of this plan, you're gonna have people
Like
standing by the
Mirage too.
entrance, ready to pull the last bit of it in and close the door to the demiplane. I'm also assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, that this plan ends with you all being in the demiplane and then closing the door behind you. Rather than
Yeah.
closing the demiplane and going, all right, let's walk out of here, guys.
I mean, at that
Hey,
point,
Did you
Remember what
just
I
see
said
how much
about-
those motherfuckers stole from us?
Fire
Remember what I said about a big
everything!
old boom tube? And Daryl just opens the door to her demi-plane. It's just the entrance of the tube, and just set off something on the other side.
it's like those old cartoons where you walk down it and it's either brick wall, something horrifying, and then just a train.
Hey, Fergus.
POV, end of the campaign, Zonarch. Now I have you in. What's that?
Think fast, chuckle.
Steel rod
Fergus,
moving
is
at
there
Mach-
something that never stops exploding or expanding?
The
Universe?
Well,
Well-
in D&D. Like that's
Universe?
something we could trap in a dimension door and then just open it up and have it engulf something.
That plane of
With-
water.
that's more. Yep.
I mean, technically, a decanter of endless water.
Put your Atadian crystals all in one demiplane.
Oh no.
I'm sure they
You
won't
try-
irradiate the spell and affect other ones.
You trying to think of like something we can store in there that's like just like perpetually.
Yeah, that I can just open and just fuck over whoever's and whatever's near it.
Yes. I'm not certain how it would work in this setting, given the whole planet situation, not plane situation.
Hey,
But-
Connor,
Well,
why
it's
don't you want
something
to
we
run...
could toss around at a later time.
Hey, Connor, why don't you want to run your campaign to level 20? Oh, I don't know.
We don't need to get to level 20, motherfucker. You gave us
No,
magic.
no, we would need to get to level 20 for this.
Oh, yeah.
I just let you know, it's not an original idea. Goblin Slayer, all the way.
Portal in the bottom of the ocean to fucking
Bruh.
jet stream the ogre.
But yeah, the basic would be you would have to open up a stable gate to the negative energy plane, and it would just be pumping negative energy into the room forever. So whenever you open the cap to it, it would just be like a shotgun of negative energy going off.
Oh, why me, God?
What about Connor?
Yeah?
You'll need her.
What
Can
about
I open
it?
a portal to Deneater and just fuck over a space station by leaving it open?
By flooding it with the stray energy? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that would hurt.
now that's a little too far.
I will warn you again that the stray energy is kind of like the Shadowfell version of your Artadia stuff. You would infect before you destroy.
So then it would be like a laser beam of.
I mean,
If you destroyed
frankly
it in
speaking,
time.
so's the negative energy. It would not just be a force; it would be a corrupting radiation that infected everything it touched. So to answer your question, yes,
But not yet.
but that's the kind of thing that like Zonkiri or Vecna or Asarak would use.
Am I?
Yeah, I was looking for something more of like a physical force.
No, an
Okay.
unstable black hole, yes, but no.
So, you will take... Where are you all setting up camp? Because you're out on the woods, and people are patrolling.
Don't we have like a wizard's tower that we can hide in?
If you
I don't know
tilt
if
it
hide
back
is
to
the
me.
right word for that.
We're 3 days from Black Mirror.
Yeah. You could start
Well,
your journey over again.
No, I'm talking about the thing that Zankiri can cast. Can you like invert it so it goes down into the earth instead of up
The rod
into
of...
floor? And just
Can't
be
start-
like a door in the forest floor that we can hide?
It's another plane. He has a staff of going to another pocket plane.
I think he was thinking about the fortress spell.
Yeah, he was talking
Or the
about Mirage
mansion.
Arcane.
You have the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm aware. I have the
Yeah.
rod of security.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess you use the rod of security.
I mean, I'm trying to do funny haha things so we get the funny haha out before they want to nuke Freywitch.
Jingle, 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 look over here. Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Look at the keys. Look at the keys.
Katira to silver, diffuse it.
You can,
Jingle, jingle,
you can
jingle.
try as hard as you like, but you'll never get that desire out of me.
Immediately just starts unbuttoning. Anyway.
Whoa.
Did I prepare that today? I did prepare that today.
I've never heard Shane drop a whoa of that tone.
He said,
think it
hold
worked.
on.
Most of the
I think
time
it
he has
worked.
this tone of, okay, this is the bit we're running. That was a, whoa, I'm not ready for this. Not an accusatory, just like a, I have to tap out.
Howard.
Okay, I'm coming back down. Okay.
Those the bomb.
So you're in the rod of security for the night. Preparation.
Hold on, I don't know if that's the case right now.
I will pause.
Because the reason I don't want to use the rod of security is that while we're here, I have Arcane Eye, and we could use it to scout out the area, but I have to be on the same plane as the Arcane Eye.
Did I try to dig a hole or?
I mean, I can always just take a nap in her ring.
Already used it
I've used it today?
to do your ritual, yes.
Oh.
Are there any caves in the area? I go bully the other bear out.
Nature check.
Okay. Guidance, by the way.
Fuck you, Shane. I just read that. Oh. Oh, God. There's a bear nearby.
28.
You smell a den nearby.
Alright. I mean, we could just go take a den. We could do it the regular way. We haven't done it in a while. Just go find a cave.
Sleep in the wilderness?
Yes. You too
Ugh.
prissy for that?
It may
Kinda.
be our best bet.
Well then, sucks to suck. And Karen's just gonna lumber in the direction of the cave.
Yeah, that would probably be the best idea.
No spell slots, same plane. You know, normal people shit.
I need a group stealth check.
And made of metal.
I made a bear.
Nice.
Ignore the 4.
I was gonna cast something on you, but I guess not.
I had 0 indication.
Can you cast on me?
I actually don't have invisibility. I only have greater. So nope.
I'm just gonna hit. I'm just gonna hit. Who hasn't rolled yet? I'm gonna hit Cairn. Cairn.
And Dariel.
Me, Ondariel, Zonkiri, and I don't think it would
I
actually
haven't
help
rolled yet.
Silver.
Oh.
Would advantage help you?
Are you in your illustrator armor right now?
I don't think I was prepared for a stealth mission, so no.
Okay, in that case, I'll hit us all with
unfortunately.
a enhance ability for advantage.
I'll take 16. Yep.
14. The heavy armor wizard.
So,
22.
16, 13. Oh, no,
16.
16.
I didn't have
12,
advantage.
14, 16. And Silver had advantage?
Yes.
Yes.
22.
Yeah.
Everyone after me has advantage.
Thank you, Silver.
And you know what? Haven't used any for today. A flash of genius to one of you guys.
Put it on Andariel.
Yeah. Get her to 18.
Okay. You will make it to the cave seemingly unnoticed. You all want to do anything to disguise the
Seemingly, I
entrance?
hate that fucking word.
Clank, clank, clank. Is there anything you would like to do to try and hide your entrance or further obscure your resting place?
Keep it natural.
Is there any like foliage or anything in the surrounding areas that we could use
Rocks,
to
stone.
rock?
By the way,
Morgana-
Karen, I need an animal handling check from you, as there is a mama bear there with some cubs snarling at you as you
Dude.
walk up.
Okay. I'm going to turn in. I'm going to turn into a much larger bear, and then yep. Let's see here. Where is?
Which is funny because you're still under seeming, I think. So, I'm assuming Daryl recast it, which is really funny. That okay, humanoid. This guy's holding up. Oh, he's changing. Oh, it's just like a halfway point, like an animorph. And you're just stuck there.
I imagine it's like a naked sun bear.
Oh God.
I hate everything you just said at me. All right.
They are creepy.
They
All right.
Animal
Does
handling
that turn-
to get rid of him, or intimidation since you're turning into a bear.
Oh, okay. I was hoping for persuasion because
How are you? I would like to ask you, Karen. How are you going to convince a mother and her kids to leave their home to give it to you for the night?
We can just stay here with us.
I'm just.
Don't
I'm
attack
just,
us.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to convince them to stay in the back. We aren't going to do anything.
okay.
And
I'll come
given
there.
that I am a chef, I can also just give them food too.
Okay. I will allow it. Persuasion or animal handling then?
14.
What if Morgana joins with Speak with Animals?
I'll do
Give him
flash.
advantage?
I'll just do a flash of genius just to get him to 18.
Thank you.
Morgana, you cast Speak with Animals?
Yes, Morgana can do that for free.
The diplomat.
A bunch of like primal beast noises back and forth. And Morgana, you finish your Speak with Animals and you hear, "Get the fuck out of my house!" And from Karen's end, you hear, "Cheeseburger, leave, we help no." He's not quite got the bear speak.
8. Hang on. An 18 gets
Your
me that?
body language is not threatening. As he continues on,
Wait,
he's
Trust
mostly
me, it doesn't matter how persuasive you are if you don't speak their language.
you convey
I don't know
most
how
of
I
your
don't
message.
speak their language.
You convey most of the message of, "We're friends. Just don't attack us. Just stay to the back." But occasionally there's some gibberish that slips in what you're saying that leaves her confused. And Morgana, you are able to translate. He means this.
I don't get it, but okay.
Technically, becoming a werebear does not let you speak bear.
Disagree. Okay.
Fucked, Pyro.
You have a good approximation.
You have
We're
become
We're still
Bear.
next to the nukes. I will just do that to spite you, creature.
eater
Go
of
away.
honey.
Honey. The bear eventually resides like in the back of the cave and just staring at you all with her head down, her cubs on her back. I don't know. It looks at you, Morgana. I don't know what your strange friend is on about, but I'd stay back here and you stay over there and we be good.
She just will pat Karen on the head. He's been drinking.
Fuck self.
She covers her cub's ears. You got that one right.
Karen, that's very rude.
I'll tell you where shove your chainsaw.
They fit very nicely in my arms already. They don't need to go
Gosh,
anywhere
wound.
else.
Karen, do you revert to your humanoid form?
Yes.
I was gonna say Morgana like picks up Karen and does the like cat dance thing with him.
Wow.
You
See,
can
he's
still
no
do that,
threat.
Karen.
Shake, 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 shake.
See, he's
Karen just
harmless. Look.
He shifts back as you're doing that, just staring at you. Morgana. Put me down.
Bounce, 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 bounce.
She will set you down.
Okay.
No, important thing. Does Morgana say why she's doing any of this, or does she just pick up Karen and start dancing with him?
She says nothing.
Disgruntled bear and then just disgruntled corpse.
Mama Bear's fine with y'all being here. She's doesn't know what berries y'all ate in the woods, but she's just gonna relax back here.
Also, could I connect with nature and cover the cave entrance with some of my blood to make it start growing like foliage?
Yeah, give me a wisdom check.
Blood for the blood guy.
Yeah, I have a +2.
Is there foliage in the surrounding area that it would?
Oh, there you go.
Because if it's
I
all
wanted-
just rocks and stones, that might look weird.
As she points out, it would look a little weird if just foliage. As you see rocks like shift and like quickly like stalactites forming this kind of like toothy maw of the cave, kind of closing you in. You earthbended.
She will turn to Andara with sparkles in her eyes. Are we also a stone archaeomancer?
Oh.
Give her a little pat on the shoulder. No, hun.
Instant diffuse, lights dim. Sits in the corner, just finger in the dirt. Just,
Okay.
Hold on, hold on. You know the finger in the dirt thing, right? With Morgana, is it finger in the dirt or is she just grooving into the stone? The cave.
Archaeologists will come in here someday. And they'll be like, look at these ancient carvings.
What do they mean?
How do they acquire such smooth curves with such primitive
They
tools?
get so curious about it, they enlist a time archaeomancer to come out and like peek at it, rewinding time. They just see it's a pouting robot. Like, oh, that sucks.
Oh, well, pack it up, guys. Time to go home. So, y'all take your rest. Sankiri, you were gonna Arcane Eye.
Yeah.
The eye is there. Was there anything else anybody want to do? Because I'm assuming he's doing this like at the end of the night.
Morgana is going to prepare basically everything but the trigger of the thing she's going to do with the three.
Well, while you're kind of fingering the wall, you end up drawing in the spell circle that you're gonna do. So if there's nothing else, Zunkira, your eye becomes arcane.
I had a question
I have an answer.
for the party.
Okay. Waste my time a little bit with that one.
Yes, exactly. In case of fuckery, I have things that could cause some shit here. If I unequip Sunburst, I have access to control weather and earthquake. Do we want either of those?
Earthquake. Would
Earthquake?
Yeah, earthquake or control weather.
Considering how much Connor's made about this thing specifically dropping to vibrations and shit, I think Earthquake would probably be a really good way to
trigger the drop.
Not only just trigger the drop, but just cause enough destruction to the area that it's gonna fuck them over a lot. Because, like Earthquake, that destroys, like, not just small objects. That thing destroys like entire sections of buildings.
Exactly. Do we want that instead of Sunburst? So earthquake it is.
Yeah.
Thank you. Noted. You just let me know where you want that boss man. I'll be over here cooking dinner.
I'll be waiting for my
Yeah.
cue.
I'm already wearing cloud makeup. Rakato.
Is this the return of the clown of Solus?
Yeah.
Anytime you do some act of political terrorism, you just dress up like a clown for some reason.
Yes.
Underiel opened up her demi-plane to mess with it, right?
Yep.
Yesterday, yes. Or today, yes.
Today. Okay. I have an item I'd like to use inside the demi-plane.
Okay.
Over there.
What item?
The Whisper King Rod.
And what does it do?
It lets me, as part of a short rest, swap out a necromancy spell for any other spell in my spellbook.
Right. Okay.
So I'm just going to unprepare Animate Dead and prepare Linked Glyphs instead.
What spell?
Linked Glyphs?
Linked glyphs?
It's Glyph of Warding, but slightly different. It doesn't have the innate blow up option. You remember how I set there's a glyph on the Asmodean and we have the alarm
Yeah.
thing? That's what it is. Rather than having the innate blow up option, you can set an alarm glyph and have the alarm stone with you.
Gotcha.
The option to store spells is the same though.
Gotcha.
And it's the spell storing I'm using it for at this moment.
Alright. What spell? Or is this you storing the anti-magic or the reverse gravity?
Yeah, this is me putting a glyph with reversed gravity at one side of the demi-plane and the key to trigger it at the other side, where we're going to open up the door to drop the thing in. This way, although I'll be spent for today, I won't have to prepare and spend it all
Right.
tomorrow before we go in.
Easy enough. It is prepared.
Cool. All right, that's it.
Okay. Arcane Eye. Zoom. Squeeze through the teeth of the cave. Down the mountain. Where are you headed? What are you wanting to look at?
I want to look at. I want to look for ways. I want to look around the city walls to watch the patrols, as well as to try to find a way we could sneak into the city. Because I get a feeling getting into the city is probably going to be the hardest part,
Yeah.
without alerting everyone.
So as part of this little stealth mission, you see that they have these little see invisibility. Yep, go ahead.
I'll go ahead and use my sorcery point to double the duration to 2 hours to give me some extra time to look around.
Gotcha. You see these little, they almost look like generators with antenna on top. They seem to be designed to scramble invisible divination sensors to prevent enemies from just scrying on them, on the location of the city constantly. They don't constantly run, they have waves, so you kind of have to move your eye, like leapfrogging into little pockets where they don't overlap. It does not seem to have a visible effect, other than you can see like essentially just like a flashing light. Flashes on, then off, then off. And you gather looking at it, seeing the flickering magic stuff. You are a wise enough or intelligent enough wizard to pick up that it'll dispel your eye if you get caught out.
Okay.
Big outer area of training materials, then the large inner wall. Essentially, this is the DM giving you the freebie of giving you a tip on what kind of obstacles you're going to face once you get to the wall. You bounce your way through the outer field, and you come up to one of the large gates. You see two guard houses. The portcullis has been replaced with just this very Star Wars-esque, like the vehicle hangers, the little like shimmery veil energies. Has something like that people are passing through. It still has a sort of portcullis wire fence like pattern that slowly shimmers down. You can slip the eye through one of the holes. Give me a DC 10 spellcasting check to do so.
I can't fail that.
Okay. You pop up and through. You spot these guard houses load in from the other side. They don't have any external doors to the outside. You get a good look at the wall at a horizontal as you're moving through. It's about 8 feet thick of plating. You can't see like the internals of the wall, but you see that there's like an 8-foot gap of start of the wall to on the other side of it. Coming through, there's another military checkpoint at the other side of this gate, and you were looking for ways to get into the city, correct? That was your main goal? And
Yeah.
just kind of spotting everything else was otherwise? Okay. First glance, you see sprawling roads that lead up to the main building towards the center of town. Getting past the security through these gates is going to be pretty impossible. Unless you have some sort of really good cover. Excuse me. Your immediate next thought is to look for some sort of sewer system to sneak in through. Give me an investigation check as you're looking through the eye.
What's the distance from like the tree line to uh not even necessarily the tree line, like what's the distance to the um weapons depot from like the wall?
Are you talking about the artillery rays I was talking about?
Yeah.
I'd say they're about. I'd say they're about 100 feet off from the edge of the wall. There's like 100 feet of squares and then foundation of the weapon. And then
Okay.
they themselves are a large structure as well.
Right. And then to the fuel depot.
I'd say about another 100. Close enough to the city they can get to it quickly, but not too close that you could just drop one really big bomb and hit all of it.
Okay.
So, 2 cannons and then a little power depot.
All right. I'm building a construct of this place in my head right now.
Yeah. Throw me that investigation check because you're looking for holes in their
Right.
security. 21. Though you don't see like manholes or anything, you cross through the road and as you'd heard, it's pretty jarringly human and elf and dwarf through here. Buildings stacked on top of each other. The very like apartment style, like high rise, quote unquote, like 4-story buildings. Navigating through the streets, you see a direction towards a shopping district. Maneuvering your way around into somebody's home, just kind of figuring where is the sewage line. You track it from the source. You go down, and there is a large reservoir down below the city that flows out towards Blackmere. A very long way. Does not seem, you don't see any access to Freywick from here. Or no direct access from the surface to here. But you do come across another turn in the pipes that you weren't expecting. And upon investigating through there, you do see a lower city, one under Freywick, that you see is almost entirely Araya agents. It has the infrastructure that you see was previously just another part of the city. Judging by the looks of it, was lower class. Now it has been taken over, refurbished, and it is just a cesspool of this third party taking over like the whole city's worth below them. A little on the head evil underbelly to it. From here, you gather, I'd say that you could find a way to get through to the city through this underbelly if you examined around enough. Give me another spellcasting check, this time at a DC 15 to avoid any of the array of contraptions snagging you. Okay. Moving around, sort of finding a second city underneath Freywick. You come across a teleportation circle, a gate, one of the mechanical ones, much like you had built back in Solus. Quick little examination, you feel confident you could piggyback onto this if you wanted. It just seems to be, I'm going to do a little doodle on the bottom left. Kind of similar to Moonwatches. You see this large disc with these rotating inner parts that receive people. With a decent disguise, you feel like you could hop into one of these, disappear into the city, and make your way topside. Does that make sense? Or do you want me to explain it some more?
So that there's a teleportation circle
Mhm.
in the Araya area.
Yes. And there is an elevator from the lower city up.
Okay. So if we were to say teleport to this array, we could take the elevator up, assuming we had a way to get by these guys.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
And like I said, it's sort of similar to that large old Darn Archaeomancy circle in Moonwatch, but a mechanized version of it. In fact, it strikes you as jarringly similar, as if they had copied it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Last question.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see the ammo depot we're looking to steal from outside of Freywick?
Like from where you are at the cave, could you see it? Yes. Can your eye see it from
Okay.
down below? No. You do not spot any real indicator of silo drops here.
Yeah, no, not what I meant. I meant like, can we see the? You described it before as a building kind of shaped like this,
Yeah.
right? Can we see like the ground area around here?
Yeah.
Actually, can we even just see like the top of this building?
So you all are kind of up a little bit ways into the mountains area. It being in a basin, you kind of are looking down on the whole thing.
Okay. Right. It's in a basin. Oh, that'll be really helpful.
Yeah, so like you all are up here,
Cool.
staring down at rest of the city that way.
Okay.
And then your eye is currently down here.
Okay. You guys get all that?
Yep.
A bit.
A bit.
Everybody's
Yeah.
dizzy trying to picture theater of the mind of a whole city.
Oh,
In my defense, I didn't expect y'all to come
Let,
here.
let me rephrase that. Nope. Theater of the mind doesn't work for me.
Goddamn.
You get that aphantasia life.
Yeah, I was not expecting you all to attack Freywick today. At least not in this way.
That's kind of why we're not pressing the attack
But
today.
yeah. But
So, does anybody have any good ideas for how we can get in there and get to the facility?
Okay. What were the magics being blocked again?
pardon?
No, it was the divination that was being fucked
Yeah,
with.
the anti-archaeomancy laser is not over here. There should be no limit to your archaeomancy stuff, as far as you can tell.
It doesn't even have to be archaeomancy, unless
There,
Hang on, let me-
there,
let me check.
there are roving security things that disrupt divination and illusion,
okay. Hang on, let me check something.
specifically to stop things like scrying, clairvoyance, arcane
How does this sound?
ability.
Hey Connor.
Mm-hmm.
Can archaeomancy be used to alter the spell coming out of a item?
Depends on the spell.
Dimension door.
How are you wanting to change it?
Well, which school would be used to increase the number on Dimension Door for Conjuration?
I would
Is
say
it
Shadow. I would say Shadow.
All right. Then whoever can do Shadow, I think it's Andariel, can use that to increase the number. And the range is 500 feet.
Okay.
Would that be enough?
That would get you from the cave to like, I'll say 50 feet off from the silo, the electrite silo.
How does that sound, fellas?
Sounds good.
That would just use the
Yeah.
charge on my Cave of the Mountain Bank. That's all.
I have a slightly. I don't know. Better is not the right word, but I do have this.
I'm listening.
Gate. Arcane gate.
I mean, does it come out of one of your items or one of your spell slots?
That's just one of my spells.
I mean, save your spell slots. This is just an item. I barely ever use.
In an hour, Karen would desperately need a dimension door to escape getting killed.
I mean, yeah. That if you want to use gate, I won't fight you too hard on it. I'm just saying, you're the one who usually kind of keeps your aces up your sleeve to the end. So using an item on an opening gambit is pretty good.
I can also just cast Dimension Door.
Yeah, but it only takes one person. He's just looking to up it
Yeah,
to take more
Yeah.
people.
to take more people.
Okay.
And again, I'm pretty sure that's one of your spell slots.
Dimension garage door.
This is an item.
That was a funny joke.
No.
If you say so.
I'm gonna kill all of you.
You're gonna try.
You can live, but I'm still killing your wife.
Only your wife. What about her planet? Come on, you gotta keep.
Oh, my bad. I get
traditional.
one in the same pyro. 2 birds, 1 stone. Just glass the whole thing.
Yeah.
Listen, if I keep ignoring Shane's $20 Venmo request to burn Dilnir, he'll keep going up on the price.
No, I'm good with using the cape if you want to use it that way.
Yeah. The longer we save on spell slots, the more ammo we have in case shit goes
I will
down.
say it's gonna take 4 soul coins to get it there and not burn up the item.
How many soul coins do we have? Are we good on that? I don't keep track of those.
Getting slightly less good as we're burning through them.
I'll say for every soul coin you want to burn, you get a 25% knockoff of it burning up the item. If you spend none, you can do it, but the magic item's gone. Essentially, just burning the cloak to do it. Every soul coin has a 25% chance that it doesn't get destroyed.
Alright, it's worth it. Go ahead and throw some soul coins to you for that.
Your dimension garage door is ready whenever you want to use it.
All right. So we're still in the planning stages, or are we getting this done tonight?
Well, this would be done like the morning of, like.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
Or like during the night and preparing.
So the cape will get us past the outer walls toward the building itself. That's good. How we looking on seeming? And Ariel, how your charges doing?
On my what?
Charges doing?
On my staff?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Okay. We seeming ourselves. Cape through. Stick the 5-point landing. And then we gotta get into the building. Find our way down into the drop area. Open up the demiplane, cause an earthquake, and then ride the rocket down through the demiplane hole. as we penetrate reality.
Mm-hmm.
That sound good, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I haven't rolled this in a while. It's cooler, partly cloudy. Okay.
I'm gonna laugh if your cosmic thing was like all spells are cast at 2 levels higher.
I would have just cried.
With
With the cloud cover a little bit up, as you all are peeking out of the cave, you do see that there are also some large artillery on top of the mountains. Who were previously hidden by cloud cover. They don't really aim down towards the city for obvious reasons. Your biggest takeaway here is any kind of aerial attack on Freywick is going to be very difficult unless you're just dropping the payload and teleporting out. And even then, it seems that they have some tools to mitigate it.
Karen salivates an earthquake.
These guys were ready for everything except a land war in 8.
They
Yeah.
weren't expecting it. The weirdos.
They have a pretty natural choke point
You're
that you all
just
got
weird
past.
like that.
Your group is not what they're prepared for. If an army had marched through the chokehold you all slipped through, they would have not been able to do it, and they would have been able to readjust and just blow them out of the water. However, small team of insurgents is very strong.
We brought modern tactics to an old fashioned war.
I love how you used insurgents rather than commandos.
Your Honor, we're terrorists. Let's be honest here.
At least 3 of you were down for nuking a whole city, just guys. I'm gonna say.
As one of those 3, yes.
You all
Anything
have got
for-
a single like cartoon pinky holding onto the ledge of good to neutral alignment. And
Nothing happened.
and Zonkiri's walking up
Who's
with a
the
boot.
Tweety bird that's pulling our fingers?
It's
Nothing
Zonkiri.
happened. Nothing happened, so the bar doesn't move, Gunner. Shut your mouth.
The Zonkiri bird walking up to your pinky. Just step, poke, poke, poke.
Look, anything for
Honor-
the motherland.
Honestly, if that isn't just like a brief summary of the morality of this entire campaign.
Hell yeah.
Zonkiri finding a way to lift your finger off the ledge. Yeah. Doing.
I'm happy to say at least that Andero has drawn the line somewhere and sticks to it.
Everyone has backslid into evil at this point. Silver the least of which, but everybody has backslid some.
Hold on.
Yes.
Andero didn't need to backslide.
Well, you all talk at the same time, so I guess I'll never know what you said.
Karen didn't backslide into Evo. Pyro made him dive headfirst into it.
I grabbed Karen by the neck and said, "We win those at the
For
dive."
Zonkiri, can it really be considered backsliding if that's the direction he wants to go?
Well,
I'm saying the rest of you all backslid towards him.
He's just moonwalking.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Ah. That was not. That was,
do it.
Yes, he can. He's also puppeteers his body. Of course he can. He can do the whole fucking lean.
A lean.
No, you didn't get
The
it.
Michael Jackson lean.
Yeah, the smooth criminal lean.
That was the first thing I thought of when I heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zonkiri could absolutely do the smooth criminal lean, no problem. He's like, yeah, I just let go of this one string, the body just kind of flops forward, and then I reel it back in.
You wouldn't even need the special shoes.
Exactly. The special shoes are the corpse he's wearing.
Exactly.
Well, almost corpse. Anyway, it's the morning of your
Everyone
siege.
in this campaign is in something fucked up.
And Dariel has finished up. Actually, give me a spellcasting check on Dariel. It's like a DC 10. Didn't
What
even
the
need
fuck do you have a +10 in your spellcasting check, Fergus?
I have a book of Be Smarter.
it.
When are you gonna start sharing that fucking thing?
I literally just finished it, so if you roll back through the checks, you'll notice one of my earlier ones this session before we took 3 days to get here was a 9.
Amazing.
I literally those 3 days were the last few hours I needed to finish up.
In short,
the
he's
last
just
of it.
better.
He's built different.
Oh. Can you share that book?
Yes.
For intelligence, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I still have 5 charges left for it, so
What book?
the charges aren't in the book. The charges are in the
The box.
the box.
Mm,
The box of fuck you, Connor.
It's stuck in his head. It's
Bro defaulted. Bro defaulted to say "fuck you, Pyro."
Goddamn.
I tried to play with my teammate, who was actually the fuck you guy.
But yeah, if Silver or Undariel want it,
Love
to
you, Pyro.
up their intelligence to make their stuff better. If
Bet
Mogana
I mean,
will-
who would the intelligence help the most?
The artificer or the warlock?
The artificer. So yeah, give it to Tristan first.
Don't sound so forlorn.
You
Well,
really
I am
sound-
forlorn.
regardless,
Goddamn
takes,
teamwork.
regardless, it takes 48 hours over the course of a week to read. So we're not getting it done now.
Yeah.
What's the limit that can raise it to?
30.
Ugh.
So plus 10.
And before you ask, no, Jace doesn't have one.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you too.
No stats or no primary stats in 5e. You can go above 30 under any circumstance.
Cool. So is your intelligence now? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's at 30.
Oh hell.
What is your
Yeah.
DC?
It's either you have a legendary resistance or you're getting shafted.
Oh.
25.
So many things just cannot succeed against his spells.
Yes.
He's so proud.
That's
of that.
Zankiri.
Yeah. Morgana, you,
Remember, Zankiri is a BBEG who switched sides and didn't get nerfed.
yeah.
How convenient.
You were
Morgana.
saying something with me?
Unfortunately, your earthbending episode, you have trouble reversing it. So you just kind of have to like knock the
I
teeth
have
out
a
of the cave.
fist.
Yeah. So you break
I
the
have a
you break the
pen.
teeth of this cave.
I have an apple. Apple.
As you all are climbing out, the mama bear yells at you, Morgana. You
I'll cast speak with animals again to hear it.
Could you fix my door, please? I can't fit through that. We're not all skinny bitches. Looks you up and down.
Damn, she
Fuck
called
you, I almost did a spit take.
Hmm.
You have to think about it!
Yes.
Considering just closing it back up. Just
That was the consider.
Sorry,
If I rolled low on that, if I rolled low on that, she would have had one of the eyes turn red. And she would have just put her hand back down and closed it again.
I don't think Barry could
But,
stop it. I'm sorry.
She'll annihilate the rest of it.
You do so and just kind of drop the rocks sassily into her cave. Thank you. Don't come back.
Don't go back.
I'll eat your soul.
We might.
Hey, boo boo.
Hey, please don't.
It will be a circumstance.
Please don't.
I'm sorry in advance.
We'll have to fight if you come back.
You'll lose.
I'm sorry in advance.
She's just kind of hollering at you as you walk away. Or do you walk away from her insults? This is a good question from Morgana.
She'll just walk as she like looks over her shoulder. Just listens.
Little flickers of red flowing through you. It would not
No,
be
Draco
hard.
is satisfied. Draco is satisfied with the threat.
You're in position for your spell. Last call for anything fancy. before you all
Um,
take the extended cloak of the Cape of the Mountain back.
yeah. You mentioned here that we are burning through the soul coins pretty fast. I asked Connor if there was some do there. It would cost 3 soul coins. Would that?
We're good.
Okay, we're good. All right. I don't. Yeah. Because we did want to leave like big ass traces of archaeomancy, right?
Yep. That's
So-
a similar vein as
so-
what I was asking.
To
So
be fair,
the-
I want to point out the utility of the soul coins is to fuel the like battery for your archaeomancy, and you're about to steal a big ass one full of lightrite.
So, the idea is that when I'm given the cue to cast Earthquake, I'm going to pump Archaeomancy to that to also out of the fissures that it creates have blood just fountain out.
Ooh, nice.
That'll add to the gloom that we're going for.
So yeah, not only will it be the ruins, but there's also going to be a bunch of vitae, and it's going to smell like iron. It's going to be awful.
Are
So,
we
Karen,
splitting up into teams or anything?
little syntax. For that, Karen, you just have a little leather bracelet that you've done your archaeomancy on, and you've got your little 3 soul coins sat there, ready to burn and go, kind of like how Morgana has her storm thing ready to go.
Yeah.
Rather than doing the spell writ in battle, because it takes some time to
Okay.
set up.
Okay.
But you've got it all but done. You just got
Alright.
3 little spots to put your soul coins on, and it'll be charged for your next spell to bloodify it.
All right. Okay. But much appreciated. Assuming I receive those, just wanted to bring it up instead of like right at the cusp.
Right.
Thank you, whoever. Maybe give me those. I can't touch them.
Palms up.
There's literally one person in this group that has soul coins left.
Fetch
yeah,
some
I should-
Kiri.
You know, next time one of you gives me shit for powering a chandelier with the souls of the damned, I'm just going to remind you of this incident.
I literally let you do anything you want just to get things going.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you for the coins.
We think it's very cool.
Please do please do not touch me with them. They physically hurt me.
Actually, that is what is your con score?
My con, it's pretty good. 16.
Okay, so to say, if it was lower than a 16, these would actually hurt you to carry.
I don't have that problem because I'm fucking evil.
So,
Alright.
your extended cloak is stretched over everybody, and you're getting ready to do the dramatic twirl to teleport you all in. You get your thing set up. Last call.
We are seeming to...
And Daryl, what are the
Alright,
seamen does?
Steaming. She'll take requests.
Freywick soldiers, perhaps.
Right,
as
soldiers.
probably as the grunt variety, so that no one would really question us moving around the compound.
Freywick grunts.
Right, grunts.
Okay. Nondescript Freywick grunts. You are all John. What was it?
We're all John Freywick.
Yeah. You're all John Freywicks in gear. You are humanoid versions of yourselves.
We're all Lars Valstrax.
You are all actually just copies of the Lord Commander.
We're all just
Up under the helmet.
bald.
Bald. Bald. None of the cameras work because of the glare off your seeming. Anyway. And you dimension door in.
Yep.
Big dramatic flare.
I am cloaked in cloak and
Everybody out going drinks.
I'm gonna turn on the Gimlet dark music now.
dagger.
Now that we're in here.
Hell yeah.
Pyro even gone there yet?
Yeah. Yes.
Yay.
I'm in Shadowbringers now.
Eh.
Okay.
Like, or the cusp of it.
So, those of you who need a little bit of a visual, look there down at like the lower left. You all have pick another color for drawing your all's movement. You all have dimension door. That's awful. Here.
The mayonnaise on the map.
You are a little ways off. Can I get a group deception check as you all try and walk off the fact that you just teleported in?
You said deception?
I would argue that'd be a performance.
I'll do that. Performance is good.
I will give you that. This is going to be horrible, regardless of which one you
It's
bless
going to
me
be a
with.
hard group check. Because you're all kind of there in a cluster, and if somebody's really fucking it up, it'll kind of reveal the group of you. I'll say it'll be a performance check for the group. If it really goes bad, somebody might want to try and deception, like, oh, I'm not with them. Okay. That's a fail. That's a success. Even Stevens at the moment. A success. And Karen, you would not have had time to guidance because you used your action to do.
I didn't say. Hello.
A failure from Karen.
I thought you said this was hard.
Not like the written book, but like I was setting it as 17.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're doing performances.
Yes.
Not the
Oh,
like,
yay.
because very hard's a 20, right? And then nearly impossible.
Oh, hard's a 20. Very hard's a 25. That's why I was confused.
Did I pass or fail?
You failed by 1.
You failed.
I'm gonna use.
So we've got 2 fails, 3 successes so far.
I have a +3. Here you go. Take it.
You have one fail.
No, no, that's I was looking at your wisdom check. My bad. My fault.
Yeah, I've yet to roll my performance because I'm ready for failure.
So mine is technically a 19.
Super failure coming up.
Yours now success.
Oh, never mind.
Gamer.
Nice.
Hey, guess what that counteracts?
Literally.
Oh no.
So you all land and kind of go into the lockstep. Morgana, you are not used to falling into like soldierly order. Silver, who is very familiar with like decorum and like protocol of like being in armor and like in order, sees you fucking it up and kind of like kicks you in the heel to put you into like lockstep with everybody and helps cover up you really fucking it up. And you all kind of just marching as a unit. God damn. Yeah, Jesus.
Gaming.
Ay, caramba.
So without the card, you had 2 failures. Those counteract each other. If Silver hadn't gotten that 20, you had 2 failures. Oh, skin of your teeth.
Yep.
Jesus.
Didn't even hesitate. I didn't.
Thank you, Silver.
Just a lucky roll.
Gamer.
Very lucky. Are you all marching straight to the energy depot? The electrite silo, as I'm calling it?
Would we perhaps want to get that ready and then have Karen rock the shit to send it straight into the demiplane, and then we start the terrorism?
Well, we need to get into the lower area to set up the demiplane thing. So we actually have to get into the building and get down into like the basement area.
Are we gonna split up, or are we gonna get that done and then have Karen like split off for the earthquake thing?
No, he's going to cause the earthquake when we're underground.
Oh, okay. I thought it needed to be like targeting something above ground with it.
Let me post right quick.
It's just everything in a 100-foot radius.
Shane, I also want to point out something funny. You saying can't make this shit up as we play fancy make believe.
No, I was saying can't make my curse up.
That is.
I literally fucking called it. I knew it was gonna be a.
If you played a halfling divination wizard with lucky, you would still fuck up. Like, it's insane. They worry for Chrysanta. Deeply.
It's how much you believe. That's where the power comes from.
Oh, I believe in the curse. Anyway. You all are approaching the silo? Yes, no.
Yes.
Sounds
Yes.
like it.
You make your way to the door. You all don't have. There's a little like key card swipe to get in. Somebody roll me a d20. 1 to 10. Somebody's walking out at the same time, and you all just kind of slip in behind them. Or Cool.
Step in. Praise the grandfather.
I meant to swap the numbers I was saying there, but fuck it. I meant to have the low ones be the fuck up and the high ones you get in no problem, but I said it backwards and then you rolled, so.
Well, see, it's a fuck up on the guy's part that's walking out of there.
Funny. You're coming up and you're like, uh-oh. And they're like, it's like a security guard waiting to see like who's, trying to spot people, and you'll just pass
Get
through
'em!
like any regular person. Just dive across the counter. Morgana, sick him! Rah!
What about the card? It's made of meat now.
What about the guard? What about him? You all slide in past this other guy who's passing by you. You make your way inside. On the inside, there's a little bit of an area before you get to the silo part. Like a 20-foot-ish space before you get to the center. You see the like large metal ground silo, some guards to help guide it for when it drops. You see like this large free hanging arm that helps pull down electrite from the top. It kind of like coils up into itself, and then when they need it, it'll like unfold, grab one, and bring it down to them. To your left, you see a stairwell down. Actually, no, they're high tech. There's an elevator.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
How far were we actually from the spaceport?
From here, you were probably like 150 feet off from it. It's just kind of around. It's not on the same side as the silo. It's kind of around the other side of the city.
Okay.
Not the other side, but like this is not like right next to it, but it's close by for them to build their ships and whatnot and change out.
Okay.
So let's call it a cool 200 feet off from like the main landing pad.
Fuck. Pause real quick, guys. I had an idea. Because I didn't realize we were this close to the spaceport. I think Shane might have the better idea here. If Karen goes a little ways off toward the spaceport before he causes the earthquake, he can destroy the spaceport and the ships. Because they'll take 500 points of damage.
And that would definitely cause a lot of Archaeoman's terrorism for the checklist. And it cripples them, and it probably sends them into a frenzy. Or disarray, whatever you want to call it.
So, how about this? How about
Are you saying something or thinking?
He's thinking.
trying to think of the best way to do this?
Well, both Karen and Morgana have Archaeomancy terrorism ready to cast, so I imagine if we're
Well,
gonna split off,
while
those two are going.
You're a little bit in the fog of war at the moment.
So this is just there you go. That's how I'm feeling right now.
I'm gonna finish describing the inside of the scene while he's thinking.
cool.
To the left, elevator down to like silo and other stuff. To your right, an open floor plan, little office stuff of people filing claims and getting approvals of infinite percent mad. Yeah. Coordinating who's getting what electrite. And then, like I said, directly ahead was the drop shaft. to get to where you need to go, you're either going to need to jump and dive over the railing into the hole, or go down the elevator.
I have to channel the wall.
Karen, would you be okay taking an item from Zunkiri and not asking questions?
Legally speaking, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna give one of. I don't want this item to leave my possession even for a moment, but
Oh.
Now I'm afraid.
I'm going to give you my Topaz Spell Gem.
Oh,
And in it is a teleportation circle.
huh. Okay.
Zonkiri will tell you as soon as you start causing the earthquake, use the gem and get out through that.
All right. Any place you want to meet up with this? Where do you want me to go?
Just head to Blackmere.
Got it. I'll have a meal waiting for you. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, and he'll pocket the gem.
I do want to point out that Kieran is sweating more about holding one of Zonkiri's things than he is about participating in terrorism.
Look, these are soldiers. They're volunteering. I'm only attacking the military section. This is just
So, yeah.
gang warfare.
I just wanted to point out that how funny he's like, yeah, assault a highly fortified place. Yeah, fuck no, I got Zonkiri on my side. Hold Zonkiri's thing and use it. Oh man.
Oh
Ooh.
shit. Things have gotten serious.
So yeah, if you guys are good with going with Shane's plan instead, I'd ask we do that.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Shane's plan.
Shane's plan was to have Karen go off while we got down there, and then he causes the earthquake well up top side, and we're opening the gate downside.
Gotcha. Okay, so Karen, you'll kind of split off here.
Yes.
So
That's
Do I go with him or do I stay with
As-
you guys?
as
'Cause I also have terrorism planned.
You stay with them. They need at least one tank there, and I don't think the floor tank counts.
Fuck you.
Yeah, at least you technically have a healer there, I think, in case someone has life transference, maybe.
Yeah, Karen just needs to mill about, and then as soon as shit starts to go down, take 12 seconds to cast 2 spells.
Karen,
Yeah,
with your
okay.
perception, you very easily see people moving crates. You can absolutely just kind of pile in, kill them in it, like wasting time, not really moving a crate, and then
And find a good vantage point, just so I'm not in the radius of my own spell.
yeah. Well, earthquake doesn't hurt people; it just hurts buildings and people if the buildings fall on them.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't want to be within there because it has something to do with concentration fuckery. Heard about in there.
Don't stand under one of the ships when you cast it.
No, literally, if I'm in the 100 thing on a failed save,
He's saying you can get to an area, you can do it safely.
Thank you. Job done.
Okay. Karen breaks off. You all head into the elevator.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You get over there, press the button. It opens up. You see 4 floors. You're on the top one. There are 3 levels below. Which one you press? 2, 3, or 4?
Press 3.
It lights up. Silver, roll me a D100.
Oh boy.
69.
It's starting to close and somebody runs up. Oh, hold the elevator! And sticks their hand in.
Oh, this poor fuck.
Opens back up. He steps in. Oh, You've already got it. 3. Thank you.
You ever seen the
It's you all and this one guy.
end-game-
The door closes.
the end game fucking elevator scene?
As homeboy's probably just sitting there chilling. Well, guys get a side eye everybody. Like,
He's reading over some paperwork, not paying you all much attention.
Zonkiri's just gonna kind of lean over. So, what's on your docket today?
Just a little bit of, a little bit of scatter after the that big flare over from the Commonwealth. Just needing some approval for some transfers of electrite to different battalions. A whole bunch of interesting stuff. How about y'all?
Oh, that explains why we're here. We're actually
Ding.
supposed to be at the bottom of the... I forget what it's called. The place where the silo drops in case something bad happens.
Oh yeah, the safeguard. I don't remember the name of it either.
Yeah, we don't normally work here. We're just kind of here for today.
Oh, cool. Well, silo's on the 2nd floor. You all just passed the 2nd.
Zonkiri just looks. He looks over at. He looks over at Andariel and just gives her like a disappointed look before taking his hand and just lightly slapping her in the back of the head.
Just kind of turns to him, gives him a dirty look, reaches over, hits the 2 on the elevator.
You are still going down to 3. He's like, yeah, 3 is all the, clerical stuff. That's where I'm going to get... this is where our telecoms devices route out of. Ding! And you see what is essentially a server room with, 5 people working in here. And they seem like higher ups than you've seen before.
And Darrow will say, yes, and I apparently can't read your writing. Staring at Zenkiri.
Alright, well. Best of luck with whatever you were doing with the safeguard. Take care.
Good luck with the rest of your day.
Who is not... Everybody's rolled a thing, I think. Katira, can you roll me a d20 for the higher-ups?
Sure. 11.
Okay. You all kind of just wait there for a second as he goes over to a table and gives some paperwork. And you head back up to 2.
Morgana will turn, look at everyone. Are those people worth capturing?
They're worth being dead.
Ding! 2nd floor.
Think you can get it done while we set up here?
One eye flickers red. Affirmative.
All right.
Be a single man mission.
Silver?
They probably have an alarm down there.
Almost certainly.
If you start going chainsaws on them, they'll call people down here.
True. I will say as a counterpoint, there is one amongst your group who is very good with these kinds of things and has turned off silent alarms against you all on multiple occasions. And someone is you.
That's right. Right. Get out of here.
Okay.
Everybody, welcome to the stage.
Okay. Okay. Plan. Slight alteration. Andario, get the doorway set up. Morgana, Katira, make sure Andario's not interrupted.
Done.
Silver, turn off any of the silent alarms. You can hack into it. once we get down to the telecommunications area. Morgana, you and I are going to distract the higher ups / convince them to let Silver do what he needs to do before bringing them up here with us. Yeah.
Affirmative.
Question: how close are they all together?
You talking about how the higher ups were spread out?
Yeah.
It was like 2 desks and then like server towers, and they were all just kind of spread out throughout the room. A couple people working nearby on something. It seemed like mostly independent projects, so they were, 15 to 30 feet apart from each other.
I'll be right back,
Well, it's
guys.
a 30-foot
Because
room, so
I was thinking.
the room is a 30-foot cube. So standing on the elevator, you could launch that against the whole room.
I mean, that would be a good opener if we weren't trying to go for. I mean, I don't know the plan. Are we just going to go in guns blazing, or are we going to go in?
No, let's go in and talk to them for a little bit, and Silver can disable the silent alarm, and then once the silent alarm, if there is one.
So, and Daryl and Katira are staying on floor 2. Everybody else is going to floor 3.
Yes.
And Karen is
Yes.
out on the flight pad.
It's near
I
the
mean,
flight
I was just thinking, throw in hypnotic pattern, get them, tie them up, out of the way while I do everything else.
Well, that's
Assuming
assuming
they
they all fail.
Yeah. And like I said, these seem to be a step above the grunts you saw before.
Yeah, let's just go in there and talk to them first. Give you time
Okay.
to do what you need to do.
Okay. We will flash back to Andariel and Katira. Karen, you really don't have any checks to make. Your life experience of acting like a grunt has made you pretty good and convincing of acting like a grunt.
Mm-hmm.
So you
I think,
Disappears amongst the soldiers.
you draw no attention, and you wait for your signal. Oh, I just smashed my knee in a different direction than usual.
We told you to get a damn phone. Whatever.
You know, I would have put that on the top. I hit the side of my desk this time.
There's
Who's
no
got to
saving
even
you.
out the sides?
There's
Like-
no saving you.
Look at Crowford. I'm gonna do a quick doodle.
Okay.
Desk,
Connor, just
Normal
wrap
bang
your
site,
fucking knees
new
in
bang
goddamn
site.
foam.
Yeah. New trauma dropped.
Bigger desk.
standing desk. Yeah. Okay. We'll flash back to those of you on 2, floor 3 group. Ding! You come back down.
I'm before it opens. I want to. Is it possible to cast greater invisibility on myself so it's just those 2 and I could do whatever without anyone noticing me?
Yes. There's a moment as the elevator had like those like old timey like fence gate ones, but there's a spot where as you're going between levels that you can cast it on yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go do.
Okay.
Give myself some invisibility.
By the time you all land, he's invisible. You have a minute. The two of you step off, and Silver, you give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. You slip off with no one the wiser. Your party at first kind of turns to draw you into the illusion, and then you're just gone. And just kind of roll with it. The other 2 of you, Morgana and Zonkiri, you all land, the doors open, you step off. What do? Nobody addresses you the moment you step off the elevator, and this is your window if you wanted to take the initiative to introduce yourselves or do a thing before somebody acknowledges you.
Zonkiri is going to say, actually fairly loudly, toward Morgana. Look, these guys look like they know what they're doing more than we do. We should probably ask them.
Okay. The nearest higher up turns and looks to you. He seems to be on one of the desks for communicating between here and somewhere. Either the space station, deep space network, whatever. Turns to you. Is there something I can help you with? This level is typically restricted except for authorized personnel.
That's kind of what we're here about. We're not technically authorized to be at this floor, but it was actually really easy for us to get down here. Security is kind of a major concern of ours. We were hoping that you all could have a chat with us for a little bit about the security around here and its, frankly speaking, lack of security.
And who were you to be advising us? It looks at your uniform. Grunt. Silver. Go ahead and give me a your thieves' tools, intelligence based, to disable their alarms, their warnings, their this and that. As you just
Yep.
kind of snake through, looking for that's important. Off, clip.
Of course. Thieves' tools, go. 33.
Casual plus 20.
Fucking 20. What the fuck?
Artificer
Artificer
gaming.
gaming.
Casual plus 20. What
Artificer
the
gaming.
fuck?
In case you ever question the superiority of intelligence classes.
I
Yeah.
only question my ability to play them.
Well, you're playing charismatic classes, so anything's possible.
I will never be doing that again, my friend.
Damn.
Sorry, that was a burn that was too easy for me to let go. Silver, you fairly quickly make your way over to the desk of the guy that they were talking to. And as the first one, silently, screwdriver out, pop, clip, clip, and wedge back in. His silent alarm is just disconnected. The button does nothing. Back to you, Zunkarius, he says. And who are you to be advising us on security? Grunt.
We're here today to deal with the stuff on the second floor, considering. Well, I mean, you heard about what happened over in the Commonwealth, right?
Talking about the flare they shot at the Oculus? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I would hope we were all aware of any major news in the front. I still don't connect, and I still don't understand how that connects you to coming here to advise us on how to secure our site.
I'm a security specialist.
Give me.
Not gonna be deception, because we all know he ain't lying.
It's not a lying check. It is a deception check. It is.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. You go ahead and give me a deception check. Oh my.
In fact, Zonkuri will add on to that. This isn't even my actual uniform. It's just made it easier to get in here without anybody noticing. This place really needs better security.
He like unclicks his helmet and brings it down. I kind of have like a visor of him like having like live feed updates on some things, and he's doing this. He now has his full attention focused on you. All right, you want a few minutes to talk? Fine, we can talk. As he was going to reach for the alarm, but with a 21, he genuinely believes that you're some bureaucratic force sent to annoy him. Silver, he is closing down his... He's essentially logging out. Do you want to try and keep him from logging out? Or do you want to focus on something else? I'm kind of ping-ponging between your two subgroups. And this is your window to do
How
anything.
would I stop him from logging out? Just to question that.
Hand wave, magic, fairy tale, make-believe.
So you know how anytime you log out or shut down a computer, there is that little brief moment where your security stuff is closing down, and it's like, hey, you can't close or log out because this program is still running. And you know, there's always that little cancel button that's up there for like a quarter of a second.
Bro left Steam open, and you're about to stop it from closing.
Okay, I'll see if I can't cancel it.
Okay. This one will just be a
Cancel
sleight of
the
hand.
shutdown. Sleight of hand.
Yeah, this is just you reach up and click. As he's a little bit distracted. Because he's just kind of hitting the enter button. And
I'll just do a flash of genius since I haven't done any.
You are
2 days,
invisible and
so-
stealth like a motherfucker. You
Oh,
had
right.
advantage. Like
28. You're right.
yeah, you're good.
Nice.
You like with the 28, you like literally push his hand to a different key that does nothing. He presses 7 instead of enter. Like 7 on the numpad, and he doesn't notice. And he just starts walking over to the other two. So you've got access to his stuff if you circle back to it. Here, crouched below, you could type away if you wanted without being seen or having a noticeable effect to others in the room that this computer's typing itself. But we'll ping-pong back to you in a second. Zankiri, he's walking over to you. All right. Show me.
And Zankiri is going to give him an actually accurate breakdown of all the bad security he's seen here.
He's approaching you, asking you to, all right, show me. He wants you to take him to these security weak points.
Oh, okay.
He's like, if it's so weak, he wants you to, like a pissy district manager who has to throw his weight around. He's like, all right, tough guy, you take me to it.
Actually, you know what? It'll probably be better. And he kind of like raises his voice and looks around the room, everybody's attention. Excuse me, over here, please.
They all turn and look.
In light of the security issues here, I'd ask that you all join us in reviewing some of the security holes that have been created up on floor 2. And Zamkiri is going to cast Mass Suggestion using his psionics.
What's the save on that?
25.
Okay. Is this a wisdom save?
Yep.
Okay. Each of these 20s will have a +4 to them.
So can't save.
Like, can't pass.
Oh, you're right.
They're +4.
They all fail.
Legendary, sir.
No, these are mages. These are like... They are
Bureaucrats.
mages, but like... They are not archmages or anything. You psionic it out. Even the guy who was there for the paperwork is like, yeah, you know, I think I should join too. And comes along with...
Oh man, he's gonna kick himself so bad at the end of the day.
He's never telling.
Hey, if we can flip him, we could use it, you know, like a cleric or a clerk. For
Yexum
the
is
castle.
holding a gun to shoot anybody you bring to replace him.
Hey, Yaxum is our fucking...
Your steward.
He's
like
a
our-
higher
he's like
than a
our-
cleric. He's
he's
a
like
steward. This
Oh, okay.
guy's sole job would just be doing paperwork.
Which is
Yaxum would be like, here, do this paperwork, bitch.
that's a fair point. A large. Here, your first job: stop the smut mail. Here's today's. Read
I
through
mean,
this as
Yaxum
homework.
would be holding a gun to him to keep him there, probably.
You can't really trust these people. I swore undying loyalty. You ready to find out what that means around here?
As he sees all the undead walking around.
You're working for us. You can either be alive or you can be an object.
It's been 3 days since we started this whole thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Connor changed the 18 to a 15.
Oh, thank you for the reminder.
Yep. Sorry, I was just like
Thank you.
like scrolling
That
down,
is
I
also
saw
why I
that.
switched it over there so I could have some help in keeping
Yep.
things on track.
Mm-hmm.
They all follow you, Zankiri. They
And
it is a very crowded elevator with like all 7 people on this floor. Nope.
Are you letting Katira and Daryl know you're coming up with
Nope.
visitors?
We're about to cut back to you.
Yeah, Andy's just doing her shit, setting up the dimension
So
door, getting
Silver,
ready.
you see them all get up and leave, and you are about to have unsupervised access to their server room with an admin terminal still logged in.
As they're all piling into the elevator, as everyone's like going in, and Morgana's like the last one in, she's just gonna turn around. Can't see him obviously because he's invisible, and she's just gonna wave the random direction just
Click.
into the middle of the room.
Cutting back a couple rounds to the Katira and Daryl team. You guys step off the elevator. The other guys said, "We'll see you in a few," and went down. Here you are. Your payload. There is a. It looks like a large lead catcher here. You see the bottom of it. You see there are mechanisms here to force drop it if they needed to. You see the like sensors testing it, and you see people working out just a few minor clerical desks. More than the first floor was kind of communal. These seem to be like name-plated individuals. You also see this floor has a small little tinkering station around each tinkering station spread out, where they will take down said electrite, bring it down here to this floor, and attach the capacitors and retrofit it to fit into what they need, or in some cases wire it up into weaponry, or etc. etc. This is the modifications area where they get their order, get it approved, comes down here to get changed up, and then presumably shipped out from here to the flight yard where they put it in where it needs to go. Very assembly line-esque. Nobody greets you. They are all kind of assembly line focused, just working away at it. There is like a submarine door hatch to the lead catcher, the safeguard. It would look a little suspicious to go up and just start opening it. Do you have any other way to try and assuage suspicion to get over to it? You otherwise don't see another way into the chamber. And since it is an opaque catcher, I believe you need line of sight for your demiplane on the spot you're going to open it.
She's got a ghost sight, don't she?
She does.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I have ghost sight, so I don't really need to open the door.
Okay. What's the range on demiplane again?
60
Like
feet.
100-something feet.
Okay. You walk in, and because it's D&D and that's just an auto win, I'm going to throw something
60
at
feet.
Katira.
Okay.
Somebody, as Andario clicks on her ghost eyes and is eyeing up the spot to center it, somebody bumps into you and they drop their tray of little electrite tinkers. Very classic, like nerd with a tray drops and their glasses fall off. Like, oh, shoot.
I would like to try and catch the tray.
Give me a dexterity check.
I'm dressed
Monk
as
shit.
I'm dressed as like
Dexterity
a soldier
save.
grunt, right?
Dexterity save. You're dressed as a grunt.
Yeah,
Give me a
but
dex
but
save.
like a foot soldier type grunt.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be weird that I have good reflexes.
No, not at all.
Middling monk shit.
Middling monk shit. I rolled a 5.
You catch it and hand it back to Tone. Thank you so much. Give me a perception or investigation check to look at what they have.
How about perception? 17.
You gather from the look at this and peeking around the other tables, they are You see, most of this stuff was black electrite, which you know is the ultra rare electrite. So, little lore recap summing everything you all know up together. You all know that electrite is made from when a soul passes on to its destination. It's kind of the shell that it leaves behind. The type of life this person led kind of gives the electrite its flavor. White and black are the most rare because these are the people who lived like absolute good and absolute good evil, like positive energy plane, negative energy plane kind of lives. These are like ultra evil, ultra negative energy plane attuned pieces. And they have been spread into ammunition.
Zonkiri has a bunch of Cheez-Its in here.
Yes, they are Zonkiri-S electrite, essentially. Katira, would you roll me a d4 plus 1 to see how many energy black electrite energy cells that this guy's
Sure.
carrying?
From a fucking soul going to black electrite.
Is that what my...
Yes.
3.
This is the equivalent of the special bullets that Silver had that he would make. This is your equivalent.
Gimme.
No.
There are 3 there in the tray that he's got that are mostly done. They seem to be prototypes that he's bringing to somebody to set aside for testing or whatnot.
I spiritually beseech the murder bot.
You could try and snatch. They see it as you're catching it. You could try and snatch 1 or 2 or 3 if you'd like.
Or 7.
Somehow steal more than there are.
There.
Yep.
That monk shit, it just happens.
Is it just that they're kind of splayed out on the tray, or are they in like little holders?
It's kind of like a shallow milk crate that they just kind of spread out around, and there's little tech bits in there too. It doesn't seem like a very clean carrying tray. Does not seem like any sort
I will
of official
try and
packaging.
grab 1.
Give me a sleight of hand check. DC 15. Okay. It was plus 5 for each one you wanted to take. So 15, 20, 25. So 15.
Would I be able to use my deflect missiles feature for this?
I'm going to say no, because he did not throw them at you.
Fair enough. I felt like it was worth asking.
I respect the hustle. Okay. You snatch 1 black electrite energy cell.
Pocket it.
Morgana, if you use this, it's going to double your antimatter rifle damage.
Yeah!
So instead of
I'm
the
about to
6,
steal all of them.
Wait a second. Hold on. If Zonkiri dies,
you would
just produce a titanic black electrite.
Yes. If by some miracle somebody permanently killed Zonkiri and owned his soul, there would be a titanic black electrite left in its wake somewhere.
A bigger, blacker electrite.
No.
He makes his clone kill himself and then immediately reses himself. It's like, yes, Black Electrite Farm.
No, with how electrite is, it'd have to be his soul
Yeah.
getting ended.
And he doesn't have one, so he's just like, eh. But yes, you are correct in your assumption. Okay, here, you grab it and pocket 1 quickly. It fades into the illusion. No one's the wiser. You kind of pat him on the back and scurry him on the way.
Give Yaxum the Ring of Wish. Wish you back into existence after you make a titanic black electrite.
Titanic black electrite, then, with the wish taking the path of least resistance, shrinks back into Zonkiri's soul and he reforms.
Son of a bitch!
Reduce, reuse, recycle, am I right?
God. I think the real crux is if you make a Titanic white and be like, well, if we stick Zonkiri on this, how long is it going to take him to fully corrupt it?
I mean, technically, wouldn't it just be killing Varshi?
Oh.
No.
Almost. Varshi has not had enough contact with magic and had a direct hand in influential events. She'd be a white electrite, just not a very big one. Zonkiri is a name feared throughout the multiverse. Varshi's good, but she's not known throughout the multiverse.
Oh, so you have to live a good life and be famous. Cool.
Yeah, it's ultra rare. Ultra rare.
Gatekeepings.
And Daryl, the round 2-ish, you're opening are you opening the gate when you still have your party out of your sight, Daryl? Or are you just waiting till you hear the signal?
Waiting for the signal.
Okay. Do you want to do anything in the meantime while you're waiting?
Look around.
Okay. You see tinkering stuff. You could wander around and try and snatch some gadgets like Katir got.
I wonder what my friends are doing. Go to the mission.
Sure. She'll kind of.
Okay. Perception or investigation check to take a glance around as you're moving.
I rolled a 14.
Okay. You're looking around. You also notice the prominence of the black electrite stuff. You see somebody napping away and trying to make a black electrite bayonet, like a little dagger to affix to a weapon.
They're asleep?
No, they're napping with a K, like not sleeping, but like taking another stone and like chipping away at this brittle stone.
Okay.
Taking little flakes, sweeping it into a special collection spot. Just kind of tinkering with it.
Alright, I mean... Other than making them royally fuck up, there's not much I can do.
Okay. You do notice that he has some thick gloves on to avoid it getting anywhere near him. As you know, touching this stuff would be like very bad.
Antimatter! Boom!
Yeah. If you thought soul coins were bad.
So, how many hit points how many people are in here?
A bunch of grunts. I'd say there's like 20 between the people
there's
working
20?
on tinkering.
Okay. How many hit points would you think they have?
These seem to be like barely a step above commoners.
Okay.
Very specifically, do you want to give me an insight check?
Sure. With my +0.
You are unable to
Can I have
read...
advantage?
No. Katira, you can also make a check if you'd like to try and identify a common thread of these people. Because you're a perceptive character, I would hate to only give it to her.
Dear, put math into this. Eva.
12. They seem young. Other than that, you're unable to place anything. If they seem early 20s on a human scale. Well, there are a couple elves, a lot of humans, a singular dwarf.
Isaac.
He is currently trying to sculpt a black electrite forge hammer to imbue things forged with it with dark magic. But not really magic, because, Freywick.
Still got that dwarf in him.
Mm-hmm. He can take the dwarf out of the stronghold, but... Okay. You all look around, kind of grab your bearings, and then you hear the elevator ding. The guy with the car is waiting there and sees everybody pile out from the floor 3, and you see disguised Zonkiri and Morgana pile out with the whole room of higher-ups.
Eyebrow raised.
Silver, what do you want
Mhm.
to do with this unsupervised room?
I'm just checking what's on the servers. Okay, seeing
you
what's
have a bag of holding
in
on you?
the computer.
Do you have a bag of holding on you?
I don't think I do.
Okay. Because there are hard drives here that you could pull and take with you, but they're going to get clunky.
Solid state or spinners?
One of those. Okay. Is there anything you're looking for on their servers?
Right. Something I don't know. It has to really catch my eye because I can't think of what I really want to search for.
Give me an investigation check then, as you're kind of like
If
browsing through recents, checking what's been used the most.
any. Yeah. So investigation.
Mhm.
Inside investigation. Boop.
The natural
Well,
2.
I'll just do. Yeah. I'll just do a flash of genius just to make it a 10.
Okay. You see a whole bunch of reports that you're trying to sift through, and it's like constantly like reporting movements of fleets, reporting this and that, but you don't see anything immediately like, okay, we could use this information. This is just like they're all talking about individual movements of ships and assets through different fleets. And for like
Yeah.
through 10 files, they all describe the same fleet's movement. And so you could use it, but kind of have to just keep reading until you find, okay, this is the new one. I guess we could use that. And you're just kind of taking a long time to get not a whole lot. Cutting back to the Zonkiri floor 2 area, you all are stepping off. All right. Let's see this security flaw you're talking about.
These are my associates. Associates, these are some of the higher-ups that were showing the hole in security down in the basin.
Give a little nod.
Lovely. He's gonna just make a hand movement showing them to the door.
The door on the side of the catch.
Yeah, where the basin is, essentially.
Yes, we need some way to access the materials once they've dropped to funnel them out into a secure translocation matrix, as opposed to leaving them there. The drop shell is only set to protect.
I wasn't
ensure
talking about the door.
Then what are you referring to?
Sigh. Looks at Zankuri because she has no fucking clue.
Can you believe this guy? He doesn't know telepathically. Please tell me you know something.
The hole in your security isn't the door to the basin. It's actually down in the basin.
How do you figure?
Here to show you. And Zonkurio just like very obviously like pluck the guy's key card off of him and use it to open the door.
He doesn't really pay much mind to it. He's like, oh god, here we go. I'm assuming they didn't send you your credentials as well.
That was kind of the point of this infiltration, is that we don't have credentials to be in here. If we had the ability to just open up the doors with the appropriate security, we wouldn't have had to sneak in.
People around are starting to hear the sneak in, and the people are starting to set down their tinker stuff and like pretend to work while really like looking over the shoulders of what's happening.
Back up, shit boy.
All right, this way to the security hole.
You open up the subway or the submarine door. There's just a rounded bottom well, like the bottom of a well.
All right. So, as you all know, in case of catastrophic failure, a breach in security, as well as any kind of natural disaster, the silo here is designed to drop down into the basin so that it, well, doesn't blow half of Freyway.
Yes.
However, there is a issue with that kind of security. And he turns to Andaria. If you could demonstrate the hole at the bottom of the
The
shaft.
signal.
Dimension door. Or demiplane.
Whoops. Teleport in there. Sorry, 2 over.
Demi-door. Demiplane.
You open the demiplane hole there at the bottom.
Yeah. As you would see, there is now a shed at the bottom of this tower. Yes.
Yeah, we see the hole. It's not too dissimilar to what we would use to transport it out of here.
Correct. And Zonkiria will just kind of hold up a hand and like do some finger motions for ascending spell.
Mm-hmm.
Karen, you get the signal. All right, now's your chance.
With pleasure. And Karen will come up from his vantage point. He was probably just about on to talk himself into lighting a blunt.
He's like, I got time.
But he's like, showtime.
I like to imagine he just like snuck it out and then he suddenly got a jarring sending. Karen!
All right. tuck it back in.
80% of my coffers and nicks is dedicated to my booth. I'm not addicted. I'm just committed.
I'm on. No.
I'm shaking right now because I'm so passionate about it right now.
I'm so passionate. All right. So, presumably, from a high point, but not a really high point. Womp womp. Will.
Oh, real quick, Zonkiria would send a sending first to Silver to tell him to hurry up and get up here.
Okay.
Okay.
You got 6 seconds, sir.
Silver, you have
Is it a portable computer?
no.
It's a Macintosh.
Do you want to keep looking for
Behold.
something? You want to try and do anything else? This is your window. He's telling you, and then he's essentially like next sort of turn telling Karen. So here's your window to do a thing and then move. And then after that, every time you stay, you push further and further to missing your window.
Earthquake.
You also don't know what's on level 4.
Right. I'm just... I'm gonna go scope through the computer just real quick to see if there's anything I have that is super important.
Okay, give me another investigation check.
As it is, I'm going... Is it possible to do guidance on myself?
It'd be your action this turn, and then next turn you would have your guidance for it. So you would have a very small risk of missing your window.
Okay, I'm just gonna do investigation. Hope I do high.
Okay.
Worst case, you have another something genius.
Yeah.
23.
23. I'll just do a flash of genius just to get as high as I can.
27.
Yeah.
You kind of close out these reports, start looking. You're not striking gold at first, and you're wondering, God, what would be something good to take? Good to take. And then you come across some older files, pulling things up, and you see there's a line connecting. You see that this terminal is still connected to the recipient that he was communicating with. The recipient being the Oculus. You think about it, well, if they're connected here, they might... You look up for keyword Oculus. You see a whole list of files of schematics. Specifically, SOPs for repair and maintenance. That from which you could figure out how it's made. You see, easily enough, you could go and grab a hard drive, wipe it clear, and just start downloading whatever you wanted onto here. Whatever you found on here, onto it, and then take that one with you.
Sounds good to me.
It's going to be up to you how long you want to commit and how much you want to try and get. So,
Okay.
give me your,
I'll
for
try.
this round, you run, grab a quick drive, wipe, plug, start download. Give me your Give me your thieves tools. Hacking. Thieves tools with intelligence. As it's asking for like admin approvals, saying it's blocked by such and such, and you're trying to hack through and override it, and each file is prompting you to stop, and you keep pushing through as quickly as you can.
Should I do my thieves tools without the bonuses from my glove?
No, you should count them. They should count.
Okay, so here we go. 35.
Okay. You've gotten a large file on the auxiliary cannon starting to be downloaded. Repair and maintenance on the focusing lens and its inner mechanisms. Zankiri, it comes back to you where you tell Karen, now's your signal. Piggyback over. Karen, it's the signal.
Alright. Karen's gonna adjust that little thing on his wrist.
It starts to glow and these soul coins begin to erode.
And he's gonna think back to one time when Zankiri was traumatizing us with images and information on doomsday weapons. And he's gonna come back to one where just... What was that one where it just drops a massive chunk of weight on the ground? Like Rod of God or something like that?
Wily Coyote?
What?
Yeah, Project Thor. The Rod from God.
Alright. Garen is going to reach up and grasp one of his tusks and rip that bitch out.
Ouchies.
It'll grow back. Orc racial.
Well, regenerate, but yeah.
Shh.
Orc racial.
K. Orc with a K.
So you've got your tusk in hand, one of the ones with your symbol of Ilvian etched into it.
Yep. And he's going to let the blood just pull into it. And he's going to yell out as loud as he can. Who's ready to get weird? And he's going to fling that bitch up as it begins to radiate with crimson light up until it's hovering right above the center point of what's about to happen, and he's just going to have it drop. And as soon as it slams into the epicenter, the land's just going to tear up and start shaking.
Like stretch marks on the ground, like wounds festering from the earth. Blood begins to pour out of fissures.
How many fissures?
Yeah, I got to roll for it. It's D6. D6? Yeah, D6.
And then a D10 to see how deep they are.
I'll roll for the deep.
5 foot
5
long.
fissures, 70 feet deep.
Jesus Christ.
I told you it's time to get weird!
You know, based on that...
That's the war, baby!
The silo was... Okay, this might be funny. 70 feet will reach you down on... the second. Okay. I think I was just possessed by Zonkiri there for a second. I'm a little concerned.
Did I put a little too much oomph in there?
You drop the hammer. Fissures like wounds begin to break open. First one there at the little flight pad rips open and just pouring the ships in together as they clash together. Geysers of blood. Boom, boom. It is raining crimson red over Freywick today.
After a brief spout of mania, I will also then. Oh right, and I'll start using the topaz jump to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, that'll come to you at your next turn.
Gotcha.
You know, actions and all that.
E.
Those of you in the silo, the whole building rattles. A fissure opens up. You can see the sky from the third floor. Silver, as you're standing there
Holy.
for funny, you see it like rip open as you see this like almost like a knife stabbing down into the ground. You see like this energy boom burn through the first, second, break through the floor the second, and you see it stop just above you a little. Third floor.
Whoopsie doodles.
Does he see us standing up there at like the
He-
top of the thing?
Next to you all, this fissure opens up. You turn and look and see like blood now pouring down out of the sky, starting to fill that third level.
It's cackling.
That's only 2 of the 5.
Oh, you're drowning me, huh?
Oh no.
There's a slight invisible husk where this blood is. It's not a sprinkle. It starts sprinkle, sprinkle. Then it is torrential downpour of blood.
Heron does not care for whence the blood flows. Only that it
There's
does.
still 3 more fissures to describe.
Oh no.
There is a re-education area on the outside of Freywick where they take races and retrain them. You open up a fissure, swallowing up the overseer's office down into it, and as the blood sprays over, roll me a D100, Karen.
Okay.
You put some oomph into this one.
96.
Close to greatness, just palindrome it. You see in this fissure the like chained and manacled slaves. Now seeing that their overseer, their panopticon, has been swallowed by the earth, you hear a wah echoing out from the camp. Orcs of Galdabrir freeing themselves from their bonds, breaking
Oh, yeah,
free.
Now he's proper cackling, just yelling.
Reaching up to the sky, mouth open, tongue out, drinking the blood. And then they, book it for the woods. Mind you, this
got
is
the
all
script.
happening like within 2 seconds. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fissure. 2 more. Next one of those artillery arrays on the ground. 3 guns, 1.5.
I will addendum that slightly.
Mm-hmm.
The start of your next turn.
Yeah.
Oh, each one's a next turn. Never mind. Well,
So it shakes for a little bit, and then all hell breaks loose.
This is a due process thing. I'm gone by the time the first one rips open.
I'll
the
tell
second
you
one.
where the rest of them go. You see them opening up again under. Mind you, Karen doesn't necessarily get to see this. Perhaps he might be given
Oh,
a
no.
dream by Ovian.
They all open at once. They just only open at the start of his next turn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he would have seen them then as they appear, and then he warps out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Karen, one of those artillery rays, eats the earth underneath it, and it slides in, and it's almost all held in this fissure. Just blood shooting off it, spouting off the cannon. It misfires into the air, impacts a mountain. Chaos is breaking
Roll
free.
for a landslide.
There's no rolling. And then the last fissure. Just another infrastructure spot. A through road. Angling the fissure as hard as it can. Ripping open the road to make it as inoperable as possible. More blood geyser. You look and the clouds have turned red from your actions. And as you're casting your magic circle, Karen, you look up, and as lightning strikes, you see the silhouette of this bone-covered figure staring down, watching as her cleric wreaks hell upon his enemies. Those of you down in the silo, as Karen gets the fuck out.
Word of the day is infidel. Goddamn.
Zonkiri's level. Hell just broke loose. There's a shake. What the fuck is happening? It releases the silo at the start of the Initiative 20 with the earthquake. It's doing the bobbing back and forth between. It goes down, ding, reverse gravity goes off, boom, launch back up, out of the demiplane, back to normal gravity, slinging back down, up and down and up and down, slowly losing momentum. The higher ups don't believe your security officers anymore, as a hole has been ripped into the site, and the silo is being caught in the thing you opened. Silver, we're going to get to you in a minute on how you plan on connecting with the group. How are you all getting out of here? What was the plan to get out?
Go through with the silo.
Right. It had slipped my mind. Roll me initiative to get in there before they get off. This is less combat and more of who's got their finger on the trigger faster.
Just initiative rolls.
Yeah.
Honestly, fitting Zonkiri has to stay long enough to announce his presence.
Amazing. Also that they rolled a 5, like they're collective, they're moving on 5. Zonkiri taking the only roll where he would go after them. Phenomenal. Absolute cinema. Silver, when it comes, go ahead and roll initiative for me as well.
Okay.
And how are you getting up to the silo? Because you're up first. Or are you going to continue to try and do another round of pulling stuff out?
How far am I in my pullout?
You've got one schematic of the auxiliary cannon. You could try and pull one of the main cannon schematics. All of it's good information. Nothing's really all that much better or worse. The auxiliaries are based on the same sort of thing as the large. It's just the specifics of it you get from it. And there's slightly different repairs. One's the lens, one's restoring the fuel line, one's a formulation for it.
I'm just curious, how... You said that there's now an opening inside above me, right?
Yeah, there's blood pouring down on you.
Is it possible for me to... Is it actually possible for me to go through there?
It's big enough for you to get through. The verticality would be a little bit of an issue. But if you stood on the desk and jumped, you could probably lift yourself up.
I have winged boots.
Then yeah, you could absolutely fly up and into the level where they're going to have the gate with the demi-plane.
Yeah, I have winged boots and a ring of free action, so I won't be debilitated by the blood flowing against me.
Right.
So I'm going to just do one more turn of trying to get as much info as I can.
Okay.
And next turn, I'm going to haste and book it.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. Boo. 19. I'll do another Flash of Genius just to
23?
get...
Yeah.
23.
Okay. The last one you had was a 27, right? I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You're working on the main cannon schematics repairs, that. You pull in a bunch of files that don't take any kind of security access, knowing that you're about to pull the plug and run. Code breaking, this main schematic one. You get through it. You have the repair SOP for the main cannon's formulation, the recipe for making its fuel to supply this anti-archaeomancy. Got it. Click, click, drive pulled. You're ready to go. Next turn.
Yeah. Ready to go next turn. Got it.
Is anybody, other than Zonkiri, because you all go before the everyone else moves, anybody doing anything besides hopping in the demiplane? You are all within move. You all are within your one turn's movement speed to get in. if you head straight there.
So, from the sound of it, Silver is going to get from the server room up to our demiplane
Yes. He's
through,
flying through the hole in the floor.
We love it.
and can I see said hole in the floor?
Yes, it is like on the square next to you, battle map wise.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll just yell out as a free action. I'll be there in a second.
Emanates a voice from below.
Morgana would prep that ritual,
Mm-hmm.
and the second she sees Silver go through it, she's going to eject that storm into their server room.
Amazing. You start revving it up, and you're charging up your malevolent storm to drop in as soon as he goes by, releasing and unfurling the storm. Katira, you going through? And Ariel?
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and go in. If I hear Silver say that he'll be there in a minute, then I'll go ahead and jump in.
Both of you hop in and kind of slide down and do the business. So now that it's slowed down, it's kind of turtle heading in and out of the demiplane. You start smudging the glyph to have it lower it back down to fully encapsulate it. You see the last of this silo just sliding in. And Daryl, are you going in as well?
Yeah, Andy will go in.
Cool. Their turn. Sankiri, what is your AC?
20.
20? Okay. Adding 4 to each of these as they fire spells at you. The rest of your group, that's up and evaded. I'm going to do another 3. Okay. Well. $17 fire damage as they're flinging spells at you. No secondary effects besides one of the higher ups. The one specifically the one that you first engaged with in Charmed is going to attempt to cast Hold Person on you. So give me a Wisdom saving throw at a DC 17. No, that's not right. With a +4 to their spellcasting, it would be dependent on their level and their proficiency mod. If I
Play 16.
Don Carey's going to be countering that anyways.
Okay. And then
Yokels.
oh, nice. At Morgana for the just having a barrage of things being fired at everybody who stayed behind around. Morgana, I'm assuming those 2 19s +4 are gonna hit.
Yes, they will. Do I care about them? Not particularly.
Lightning damage. And just chaos bolts.
They'll hit me with that, and then all the electricity arcing off it will just go straight into the ritual.
I like to imagine as everything's going to shit, your seamings are starting to like melt away, like burning paper.
Yeah.
Oh, as Andy jumped in, she released Seeming. So now they know exactly who they're fucking with.
Lightning strikes outside as some sort of storm is brewing up outside of the earthquake.
Aaron slicks his hair back. Yokels. I'm sorry.
Zankiri, a barrage of spells get flung at you, trying to shoot at your allies as they're running in. You're now there, fully revealed as you kind of, like pulling off a rubber mask, throw the seeming off of you You've just countered the whole person.
You want to know what your first mistake was?
He's just staring at you in fear, and you see him slowly realize who you are.
It was your last one. And as he just kind of just hold on.
I didn't know if you cut out.
Oh no.
Holding, unabated holding.
Which, if you'll remember, Connor, lets him grab restrained people and drag them around. He's dragging them into the hole.
Oh no.
I figured that was gonna happen.
I say we didn't bring all the higher ups up here for no reason.
You see Zonkiri slightly lift off the floor, and that dark, shadowy puppeteer releases the puppet for a moment, and just creeping darkness fills the room as he's no longer puppeteering just his body, but these just restraints fall on these people as they're dragged towards the hole, as like the limp, haunting corpse of Zonkiri shambles towards it.
No, what? His corpse is just being dragged by the ankle. What's their con and their con save and their strength scores?
They have to be able to beat a 25. Their strength, they're not going to be able to make a DC 25 save. Con, they aren't either. They're mages. They'd need at least a 20 to match, and I don't think that's realistic for fucking office nerds.
Also, any one of them that saves against that, I'm taking.
I'm free.
Freeze grabbed by the face.
Hold on. The one person Zonkiri isn't going to grab with this is the guy that rode the elevator down with us.
He just sees like the darkness reach around him and grab everyone else. They like grab at his ankles, and then the darkness grabs their fingers and peels it back, giving the deliberate message that you're leaving him behind. Fires are sprouting all over the base as he's just standing there holding his clipboard to his chest, pale. Laughter emanating from around the room, not the body. Like slurping noodles from a bowl down into the demiplane.
Zonkiri will drag himself along with the higher-ups into the demiplane, into the abyss.
You want to say anything to the guy you left behind?
What do you guys think? Traumatize him further, or send a message to Lars?
Send a message.
As much as I think traumatizing is hilarious, I'd rather Lars be pissing himself than this random guy. Get that bald guy. That bald cunt.
Bald.
The laughing shadows will kind of coalesce in front of him. And like when you're doing like shadow puppets with your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that for Zonkiri's face, except it's just the shadows up in the air.
So shadowy hands forming a shadow puppet, like I was picturing fingers like puppeteering the shape of Zonkiri, like hands locking together to make like faux eyes and mouth that he spoke out of.
Yes.
Amazing.
You should probably go tell Lars.
Ding! The elevator turns.
Governess
Mhm.
paid very well.
Suddenly, the broken elevator, ding, opens back up and opens for him.
Now's the part you run.
He drops the clipboard and runs screaming, and you see him like viciously slamming a button and then close door, close door, close door.
Seeing him slam the closed doors, like he'll just send out, just not even to actually get him, just to almost get to the door. Just one little tendril, like reaching for him.
And up he goes. And you slide in the hole. Silver, you then click your ruby heels 3 times, rocket boots, and you're up and out and into the hole with your haste.
Goodbye, server room. Vanna's going to throw a shard of the Graven Maelstrom into there. So I could just decimate their entire server.
I imagine you toss it in the air and then you just fucking slam dunk it down into the hole.
She just jumps up in the air. The energy of the Maelstrom kind of like lifts her up, like the wind, and she just grabs it like a lightning bolt. It just fucking launches it straight in.
You know, considering how deep that hole goes and how destructive I'm sure what Morgana just did, I fear for the thing that was on the 4th floor.
The generator.
This is gonna explode.
Just the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities.
Morgana, you begin to hear a high-pitched whine.
The guy in the elevator, like Indiana Jones. Or no, is it Indiana Jones? The fridge scene.
Oh man,
No.
What's happening? I just got back.
the
Bad
guy who we went down the elevator with got terrified by Zonkiri and told to send Lars a message that we're about to cook his ass.
He's about to be launched from the building in the elevator.
And he ran to the elevator, and he's currently going up. But Morgana threw Graven Maelstrom into their server room, hyped up on Storm Archaeomancy. So it's about to annihilate the 4th floor and the 3rd floor, which is the servers and the generator.
Yep.
So it's about to fucking explode.
Dare I say we fucked up Freywick a little bit.
You hear that whine, Morgana, and you run and like dive into the demiplane.
The storm of blood. Got it.
As you see the like floor begin to drastically dip down. And the last thing you see as it's closing is you see debris flying over and a little bit into the demiplane as the silo has been turned into essentially a mortar and is spewing molten electrite and electronic fragments airborne over Freywick, in addition to the blood and the fissures and a lot. As you all seal your demiplane, you are heavy panting, imagining the chaos that you all dropped in, with proper setup, 6 seconds. Well, 12, I think. It took 2 rounds to properly get it done. But I think... what do you want to do with these higher-ups, Zonkiri, now that you've got them in here? I'd like to end where you all make it back to Blackmere and meet up with Kat.
Zonkiri is just gonna have the shadow hands just kind of knock them out for now.
And they are so. They are limp bodies bound in a corner.
Just tie them up and hand them over to the governess later.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we have a mirror guy we can...
You? Yeah,
Can
he's on
you
the
do
ship.
anything with them?
Yeah, use on the ship.
Yeah, you could all throw them all into you, and he would gradually absorb their memories, parts of them, and they would become mindless husks. There's no guarantee he won't get everything, but he'll get pieces that he can pull from them and hopefully stitch something together between the group.
Shrug. Something to digest.
Yeah, it's an idea.
I just, no matter what we decide for them, I want the one that got all upset and annoyed at Zankiri, basically telling him the security flaw. I want him to at least wake up and have Zankiri be like, see? Quite a flaw,
That's
isn't it?
Told you.
He told him multiple times we weren't supposed to be there.
He wasn't lying.
He was not.
Shane, I imagine that coming from him having stuffed and mounted the guy's head on a wall and using like speak to dead to speak to him again, like the dragons. I don't have any questions. So, you all make your way back to Blackmere. Are you able to do it in that day, or do you have to camp in the demiplane for a night?
Oh, we can do it that day because I can plane shift us out of the demiplane.
Gotcha. You plane shift into the tower. 15
Alright, so-
seconds, or let's say about a minute after Karen arrives.
I just slap a regenerate on my tooth, and I just like, well, I'm gonna go start cooking. Wonder how everyone's. Oh, hey everyone.
Leaving the bodies in the demiplane, I'm assuming. Or are you gonna throw them in a new demiplane?
No, because I don't want to leave them in there with the host of Electrite.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't care how good their bindings are. Leaving a bunch of mages in a room with all of that
Crystals?
power,
Yeah, no.
and a very big reason is to not let whoever opens the next door live.
Appa is a abjuration mage, and does he have any?
After his
other stuff in-
transmutation.
Oh no, transmutation. Fuck. Turn him to stone. I don't know.
That he can do.
He is also a lower level than us at this point.
Yes. You all have outpaced him. That's the Zankiri
Spent too
track.
much time memeing in his tower.
We're being enslaved.
He's
By
not
God,
type A
once
enough
more.
to keep pace with you all. So you bring out the bodies, and Apther, kind of relaxing with his reinforced shield, sees you drop the bodies. Draws a little circle. New empty room. Here's a little demiplane for him. Click. He casts demiplane. And being it one that you know of, when he casts it, you have another demiplane that's there stored in that you can open up.
All right.
Thumbs up. Goes back to his tea.
Well, I'd say that went well.
Covered in blood.
that's good too.
Shockingly.
Oh, by the way, here goes Inkiri. Hand you back your topaz
He
thing.
cast demiplane. Bro leveled up.
Sure.
8th level.
I mean, he basically has demiplanes
I'm-
stuck on his tower, so I mean, it's something he should have at this point.
There you go.
That's basically what the
Trust me,
rooms
wi-
are. Like, there's
Trust me, wizards are a lot more powerful in their towers than they are outside of them.
I just want to say, I think I put a little more oomph for that spell than I needed. That thing hit a lot harder than I thought.
your holy symbol to Ilvian is glowing bright red.
Yeah, this has been happening the entire time. I made sure to pretty much center that thing right on the airfield. That thing's fucked.
That's good. Yeah, you did a number on this on the ammo depot too.
Oh shit! It went that. Oh. Cool.
Yeah, you almost hit
Yeah.
silver with the fissure. Ooh.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Sky. Voice on the sky. Sorry, Silver.
We made use of the fissure, though. Their server room was annihilated.
You're welcome. Though.
I mean, looking at Silver, he's probably covered in tons of blood, trying to get out, flying out of the gaping hole.
So, I take it we're going to need all need showers. Then.
You know who has a big spa room? Oh, Apther. We're coming to terrorize your tower again.
I hope it auto cleans, buddy. Karen just walking down there.
Zankiri, you saw the room before. It's not been 30 days. You trace the symbol. Zip. Spa room right there next to the launch. Still pretty foresty, Morgana. Still pretty mossy and.
I'm about to re-up that shit like a buff.
Karen gives no fucks. He just goes in.
Sploosh.
He just old man walks into
You
it
take
like
off your
Godzilla.
component. You take off your boof pouch.
Yes.
Set it by the side.
Yep.
Dive
Yep.
in. Everything else can be washed.
Karen just and then he just Godzilla walks into it.
You
He
know,
returns to the sea.
as they're kind of walking down, Zunkuri's kind of like turning to Silver, Katira, and Andario. You know, honestly, that might have done as much or more than the nuke would have.
Yes, I am aware.
You are the tactical. nuke.
Yeah.
I am
aim for
hoping
the-
that with this, the magical and archaeomantic fallout will be lessened.
Don't worry, I literally only made it did blood. Despite what the voice in the sky asked me, I didn't add any spicy effects.
I did ask.
He did. I just said I only want like blood. This is mostly a scare
I'm
tactic.
proud of you, Pyro. You resisted my temptations. It's growth.
Look, I may be me Pyro may be evil, but I am the lesser of the two other fucking warmongers in the chat.
Speaking of which, did the three of you managed to steal anything interesting while we were causing chaos?
Oh, Morgana, this is for you. And I'll hand her the piece of black electrite.
Go ahead and write down, Morgana, that the black
Yep.
electrite will double the necrotic damage by your weapon.
It's a single
Yeah,
shot. Right?
as
It's 2, so both shots.
Hell yeah.
So if you ever get an ace, guarantee yourself a crit. Because that's just setting your base damages twice of it.
Let's
It's
see.
not- It's not like a double shot. It's just extra potent on each shot.
Yeah.
And then once you insert it, the electrite shard is broken and diffused into the weapon. Because that's how energy cells work, and yeah, that's how they're designed. I would say in D&D, but they're not really in D&D, but they are. So
I will remind people, in Dungeon of the Mad Mage, there is a UFO in energy weapons. Like a straight up UFO. Not a joke. It is a quite literal flying saucer.
so
I
let me
believe
go,
you.
Let me go ahead and switch up the music real quick as I bring us to a close.
I mean, I was gonna say I got a cannon. As Silver is removing his armor in one go,
I wanted to relax.
one action. Yeah.
Sorry, I was murmuring to myself. I didn't mean to cut you off.
But yeah,
Where's a good spa or hot springs track?
That's a
Pretty sure there's one in here.
This is good.
It's-
This is good enough. This is a good end of quest track. As you all bring your way in to the spa, I do have another question. Where's Mivan? She was with you on the Asmodean at the start of the session.
I would
Still
imagine.
on the Asmodean
Still out on the
with my
Asmodean.
fucking shield guardian.
There,
You know,
just...
sad, you know what the sad part is?
Hmm.
Shield Guardian might have more emotions than she does at the moment.
She has joy, but that's it.
Well, now he has disappointment and sadness because he's not with Andariel.
No, I'm saying Mivan has joy, and that's it. As you all proceed to have yourselves a little spa day, you all proceed to dive in, splashing, re-upping. You see in real time, you see the moss and fey our agriculture refilling the room. As you all kind of relax, laugh, splash, play, Karen, you feel visions brought to you by Ilvian The orcs of Galdabrir making their way through the woods and starting their trek to freedom. You see Ilvian walking behind them, unbeknownst to them, helping guide their path. Morgana, you feel the high, the rush of the destruction you wrought, and the fear behind your name that's grown. Silver, you hold what could be a war-changing drive, the Death Star plans in your hands.
I mean, we Rogue One this.
You did, except you didn't die in this one, but you did still blow up the place. So,
The best of both worlds.
And Daryl, you lie there soaking in your father's tower, seeing your girlfriend splashing, playing, still hairs on end with exhilaration. And though you may not admit it out loud, surrounded by friends, enjoying a high-risk mission that has paid off in full. Katira, you've succeeded in minimizing the civilian casualty as best you could. And you find a peace and fulfillment in that role you played. But I think it's fair to say none are more proud than Zunkiri, who has once again brought terror of his name about again, a high that never diminishes somehow. You lay there soaking Zunkiri, chuckling and chortling at the thought of all the late nights that attendant's going to have, checking all his windows and lighting candles to make sure these shadows aren't watching him, knowing that forever he will fear the name. Wait, did you say your name? Uh-oh.
Yeah, they know who he is.
Well, that was the joke I was trying to make. Is he's afraid of someone very distinct, an unnamed force, and he'll someday come to learn the name of. As you all drift off to relaxation. That's what we're gonna call it for tonight.
Well,
If that guy has kids, he's gonna instill the fear of Zankuri into his own kids, and that shit's just gonna spread.
Hold on.
Zankiri's gonna be the boogeyman of this world.
Hold on. As we're all relaxing there in the bath, Zankuri has one thing to close out the session with.
Yeah.
I love it when a plan comes together.
And that's where we'll leave it. Good night.
Good night.
Alrighty. Recording's over. Holy No, Connor's just stupid, and he exited Discord instead of ending the recording. Teehee.